Little Springsteen to start the show off. That goes to our friend Mark and his family. We just lost Mark. And they were big Springsteen fans. This is the Bennington Show. I'm Ron Bennington. There's Gail Bennington.
Yo.
And I am Ron Bennington. So Mark used to take his entire family to these shows?
Yeah, he, my very dear friend Rachel, it's her dad, and yeah, it was like, it's a big bonding thing for their whole family, and they go constantly, and he's a really great guy.
And not even from Jersey. And
no, Long Island people.
Yeah, Long Island people are normally Billy Joel people.
And they chose Bruce.
Yeah.
They chose Bruce.
Didn't Mark, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe it was his wife, have like a Talking Heads connection?
That's his wife, yeah. His ex-wife, Rachel's mom, was like friend. She went to RISD, knew the Talking Heads, who's the filmmaker also who ran in that same crew. It's driving me nuts. But, like that whole scene.
It was very cool.
It was a very cool time. Yeah, but she kind of grew up with those guys.
Well, you said ex-wife, but when I met them, when you guys were in school, they were like the closest couple I knew, and they were exes.
They are absolutely best friends. Like, I think most people, when they meet them, just assume that they're still together. Yeah, they're super, super close.
And that's great that you have Springsteen to bring the family. I tried that with my family. It didn't work out.
It did bond us. Do you remember we watched that concert together?
Why are you being a wise ass? When you know.
Look, it was in the middle of I had watched most of it, and in the middle of it, I got a call I had a crush, and I was so excited. I took a quick call, and I came back, and the concert was turned off, and he was sitting there with his arms crossed, and he's like, so I guess you're not into this. And I was like, no, I was enjoying it. I just had to take that really quickly.
I'm not sure if that's the way you remember it. I don't know if that's the way you remember it. I'll just say this. Some scars don't heal. And that would be a great Springsteen song. Yeah, it's such a rough story to hear.
It's so heartbreaking, and honestly, like, they're just the best of friends. So it's really sad.
Always wanted that relationship with my kids, but you get other things. I have gold things that I can just sit and look at. They're shiny.
I'm your best friend, Pop.
I don't want you to be my best friend. I just wanted someone to share Springsteen with. That's all.
No, we do. Just I had a quick call from a crush. It was like, seriously, like my biggest high school crush. It was a very big deal.
So I guess you had a crush. I got crushed.
There was a lot of crushing. It was a lot of crushing.
I never try again.
That's not true.
That is true.
When are we not listening to Bruce?
That's just not true. That's not true. Can I, am I crazy? I saw Trevor Noah bring this up, and he said 2016 is the bad year that hasn't ended yet. It just feels like it's still, right?
It really does. It still feels like I don't think it really went by the calendar year. Like, it just feels like there's been a murky, like, cloud over the last, I don't know, year and a half now. It's not good.
Yeah. 18 months. All right, so it's the Bennington Show, starting behind the 8 ball today. And last night was the Patrice benefit. I lost the buck because I swore this was going to be an O&A reunion. I thought for sure it was going to happen, but it did not. But from what I understand from everybody that I talked to, Keith Robinson brought the house down.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's so fantastic.
I've been watching Keith on a lot of different occasions at the stand. It's just mind-boggling how good that dude is.
Yeah, he's incredible.
With such ease, and dealing with everything that he's dealing with the rehabilitation after the stroke, and the timing is incredible. I mean, I'm sitting laughing like a baby every time I see him. Really, really funny. So, from everything I heard, the show was fantastic. Jimmy was fantastic. Burr, Boss, obviously. I don't know who else was in the show, but I'm sure there's a list somewhere. I'm sure the iBang has some stuff up on it. But I also heard, if you guys are ready for a little gossip, and I can't say this for sure, but this Milo guy.
Yeah.
I'll just say one word like it was password, right?
Okay.
Compound.
What?
Oh.
That's all I'm saying.
Whoa.
Little Bird told you this?
Oh, human.
Oh.
Birds repeat. All right, let me just say this. First Springsteen and now this bird thing. They don't like the Billy Joel the way people on the island do?
I'm not sure that they are against him.
Oh, I don't think there's a thing of being against, but they're just Bruce through and through.
I do know some people feel like you have to pick sides there.
Well,
like it's an either or for some reason.
Long Island and New Jersey fights with each other quite a bit. I mean, if there was not the order of New York City, I believe that Long Island would be having a war right now with New Jersey. I've never understood it. You know what I mean? To me, pot and kettle. I don't see the difference. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be able to pick them out of a lineup, what the differences are. They see the differences as being many.
But I think that a big part of it is feuding almost for like friendship with New York City. They both are like we're closer friends with New York City.
More than that, they want to be the incestuous sister to New York City.
Right.
You know what I mean? They want to be that sister, that strange sister. And you know what? New York City can have two sisters. But I don't see Westchester County or fucking Connecticut fighting about it. They just live their lives, you know? Joey in New Rochelle was at the Patrice benefit. Joey, what's up, buddy?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
What an awesome lineup last night. It was one of the strongest shows I've seen forever. And let me tell you about your boy. When he came out, maybe the crowd was a little surprised. I mean, everyone knew he had a stroke, but I don't think they realized how affected his body was. I mean, he really was. I don't know if you've seen him lately.
Yes, I see him all the time.
It definitely caught me by surprise, but man, he was the strongest I've ever seen him. He stole the show. Norton, Burr, everybody was great, but he was the one that stood out, and by far the strongest last night. It was pretty impressive.
Well, the last time that we were doing Robert Kelly's show, Creeps with Kids, he showed up and went up on stage, and I believe it was his first time back. And I remember being stunned as, you know, he came walking up, because I'm like, oh, you know, that's worse than I thought it was going to be with his arm and everything. But definitely
worse than we thought, and I think the crowd was taken back a little bit. But hey, any shot we could get him on the show? I mean,
I would love to do that. Everybody is crazy about Keith, and he's literally the funniest. But none of this has affected his comedy even slightly. I just saw Michelle with one L walk by with a princess thing on her head, and I know we don't have royalty in this country, so she's making stuff up. Did she drop stuff off for us?
Yeah, she dropped a couple.
Who's the intern today?
It's Connor.
I'm kind of running in just immediately, just as fast as he possibly his feet will carry him. But yeah, keep an eye on the stand lineup, because he's been appearing there quite a bit and killing it. Bird did his news thing out of the stand, and I understand that the after party was down here. All right, here's the. This is perfect. So this one's on demand, so I'll let you take that, Gail.
Great.
And these two, I don't believe are on demand. I'm going to have to put a hold on the wire. What I consider 2017's big show. I just finished season 2 yesterday, so not as bad as Vito let on.
Yes.
And the parts that you thought were the best parts were some of the. I mean, the guy, What do you like about him? Because he drinks and screams?
I like he's a maniac.
Now,
I like him.
Do you think that it was as good as Chris? Like, do you think that they're both too far extremes on the season?
This is the thing that I could understand Vito's point of view. We did away with the crack slinging that we all loved. But those characters were still in the show, and then they went in and added 18 new Italian and Polish characters, and Russians and Greeks, maybe 24, and FBI guys that were supposed to be following. So it's a lot. I mean, you're sitting there watching it going, wait, who the fuck is that guy again? You know? So, but you do catch up. You just have to let it flow over you. And I'm saying that to people because I know most people just started watching it last week, like me. Most people did not watch The Wire for the last 10 years. For 15 years, I guess it's been out. And then like a week ago, go, what's this Wire about? It's on demand. I'm going to watch it.
Sad.
So, no, the two things that Chris picked out are the two worst actors that I've ever seen on a big show. One guy just screams the whole time, and the other guy, I said this, he's a character that should be calling Tom Sharpling. You know what I mean?
Right.
From Philly. Only he's a Baltimore guy. And then all the Baltimore Day players, it makes you feel like when they'll just walk in, it's like somebody from a Kevin Smith movie walks in, right? Hey, you better get that out of here. I'm going to have it tooed. You know what I mean? Like, they have that kind of acting ability. They're day players. You know what I mean? They're doing regional theater in the greater Baltimore area.
Well, I definitely get the instinct to do it, because doesn't it annoy you when you see a film that takes place somewhere and nobody has that? Like, if you see a Philly movie and no one has a Philly accent.
Look, these guys would be using that accent if they were in a Montana movie, right? Where are them cows going? So it's not so much that the accent is that you just see someone paying too much attention to their line. You know what I mean? There's just that aspect of it.
There's too much concentration.
So not as bad, not nearly as bad as Vito said, but
let me say this. Watch the rest of the seasons, and then you can know where to place season.
Well, you have season 2 behind season 1. And that's not a bad thing. Season 1 was really, look, the crack slinging thing is interesting. I've never seen that. They're stealing stuff has been done since Marlon Brando. I mean, it's on the waterfront with much worse actors. How many times have you seen the longshoremen taking something for themselves?
The corrupt Ron.
It's not new. It's not new. And the guy, honestly, well, I don't want to get into it. He was just as upset with his coffee as he was his kid indicted for murder. There's only one thing that this guy has. Why he tries to preach to us about the longshoremen disappear. Do you know how many jobs have disappeared over the years? They're not the only ones.
Understood.
Anyone who lives in America has had their job fucked up by the laptop. We all get it. Progress fucking hurts. But Vito, I thought that you would like them, since that's finally you, I mean, you could have been in that fucking show. You look like that.
The problem with The Wire for me that season was the episodes were so long, and I just wasn't into the freight drama.
Anyone that says they have the problem with the length of anything just means that they don't like it. You know what I mean? Like, people are saying baseball's too long. Or football's too long. Maybe you don't like baseball or football.
Turn off.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the problem. Now, for the first time since the stupid designated fucking hitter rule, there's a major change in baseball. And that's walking a guy is now just, when you decide we're going to put a runner on, right? We don't want to pitch this guy. Instead of 4 pitches, they're just, a guy fucking the manager's going to click his finger, and that guy just runs to first base.
What?
it's going to save an average of 12 seconds a game out of the 4.5 hour games.
Out of everything they could have done in Major League Baseball to make the game go quicker.
Why do you want to make the game go quicker? You don't like a game?
No, I'm just saying that the commissioner's been really set on doing things to change the game. Like he changed pitching time, like how you have a minute and a half between pitches to go.
A minute and a half between pitches?
Yeah, they're setting a clock in the next few seasons between pitches.
But a minute and a half between pitches seems like a lot of time.
A minute and a half between innings, and then they're going to set a different time between pitches.
You never once come on the show and are right. I mean, I'm not busting your balls, Vito. This is just a fact. If I was just writing down facts, if it was a minute and a half between pitches, it would be astounding. Then I'd be saying baseball's too long.
I'm sitting here thinking, I'm not the biggest sports nut, but I've been to a couple of games in my life. I don't remember them just taking a seat.
Every at bat's 12 minutes long.
Ever noticed that before?
Yeah, that seems like a really strange rule, though. In particular, I can't, because it seems so much more like a game as opposed to a sport. It's like a phone a friend or something.
That's a very good point. This is something stupid.
It's better than the other thing they want to do in extra innings, though, where they want to put a runner on second. They want to put a runner on second at the start of the 11th inning to just move the game along faster.
You know what?
Why are they doing this?
Why don't they just play wall ball like we used to play? If you hit it in this area, it's a double. You hit it.
It's so unfair to the home team because then the visiting team just gets a runner on second to start extra innings.
It's unfair because it's not the game anymore.
Yeah,
it's something else besides the game. What used to be true right up into the steroid era is that you could say, you could look at a guy who played in 1945 and look at a guy who played in 1979 and be able to go, okay, this guy's better than that guy. You can't do that in football anymore. You can't do that in basketball anymore. Now you can no longer do it in baseball because of the immediate changes in baseball because of the steroids. That changed the fact that you could sit around and compare fucking Hank Aaron to Babe Ruth. You could do that. But then after that, no, you can't compare anybody. No one sits around. I mean, quite frankly, the fact that Hank Aaron isn't brought up every game is fucking crazy. But the game has changed too much, so it doesn't matter. But you know what doesn't matter anymore? Just anything but the money. That's the only thing that matters, no matter what you're talking about right now. And you can thank that for fake news and the failing New York Times and the failing Saturday Night Live. They're both failing desperately. Sad. Hashtag sad.
I wish he would start hashtagging his sad.
He doesn't hashtag. That's the sadness there.
Excited about your movies?
I don't know. I'm not
excited about
anything.
mine.
I might even miss the Oscars this year. You definitely will. Because we're going to be away.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Or maybe you'll treat that as Springsteen. Maybe you'll pick maybe you'll get a call from a boy and just walk away from your family. Let me look at some of this comedy news. This one's breaking right now. Louis C.K. just signed a deal with Netflix. He's going to headline 2 stand-up shows. What does he mean to headline 2 stand-up shows instead of putting out 2 specials? Is it going to be him and 5 other guys?
Doesn't everyone always headline their own special?
It looks like everything is going direct to Netflix now. I'm bypassing everything. I see the Scorsese's talking about doing it with, the book was called I Paint Houses. I don't know what they're calling the movie, but about a guy down in my old neighborhood who supposedly shot Jimmy Hoffa.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
So that's just going to go straight to Netflix?
I think so. Netflix is doing the deal. And they're doing the deal at like $100 million. I mean, it's not like, he doesn't have the thing to do like what he said. But that Chris Guest movie came out, went straight to Netflix. And I don't think people are calling it like the new Chris Guest film. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think they're putting it with Guffman and all that.
Yeah. There's definitely going to be some growing pains of figuring out if like releases can be at that same level, like if you can get the same level of hype.
Well, who's a major star who's signed and they're doing their movies?
Adam Sandler.
All right. He's done like 3 movies for them.
Yes.
Do you consider those Adam Sandler movies?
I haven't seen. No, I know it's weird.
You haven't seen them.
I haven't seen them.
But you watch Netflix, right?
I watch Netflix. Yeah, I see.
Why didn't you see that?
I just don't.
You've seen all the other Adam Sandler movies, am I right? Or most of them?
Yeah, most of them. Yeah. The first like 7.
Oh, only 7 you saw?
I believe so. Yeah.
He's got out like as many as Elvis. He's put out like 33 fucking movies. I'm not making that up. I think him and Elvis are pretty much punch for punch. Wolf Ferrell, they said they were asking him Step Brothers 2. Everybody's bothering from Step Brothers 2. And he goes, you're excited about this because we haven't done a sequel to it. You know what I mean?
Right.
We did the sequel to, the Anchorman and everybody got mad. You know what I mean? And it is true. Like, everyone acts like, when they first hear about it, awesome, Blade Runner 2. But then, have you really helped it once it comes out? I don't know if anything's ever been improved by a sequel, and I would even say this. I'm going to look directly into the fucking souls of every human being today. Terminator is better than Terminator 2. Terminator was a brilliant little film. Terminator 2 was some cool shit to look at, but made 0 sense in that film, because when the guy had risked his life and did everything that he was supposed to do, and he sacrificed his life for his father's son, however that works out in the boom. Well, as soon as you add it to now Terminator's back and he's a nice guy, I don't care how much cool shit you had to look at. The fucking total theme of the movie is gone. And we're going to come back and Blade Runner is going to do something ridiculous, I think Blade Runner 2 is going to be like Matrix 2. If I want to be totally honest.
Oh, no. It can't be that bad.
Wait, was Matrix 2 the one that when they had like the sexy orgy dance party?
That might have been 2 or 3. It's hard to tell them apart at all. Other than the fact that there's not a person on this planet who understands it.
Maybe 2 was the one with the scary albino twins. I'm not really sure.
They might have also been in 3 as well, though. 2 and 3, I think, were shot at the same time. And no one can remember what plot goes where.
I actually saw Terminator 2 before 1. So it's kind of like when someone says Terminator, I just assume what we're discussing is Terminator 2.
I love Terminator 2 because of John Connor. I was like, that's a kid I want to be like when I'm little John Connor, Eddie Furlong, hacking ATM machines and whatnot.
Did any of that come true for you?
No, I never stole any money from a ATM machine or became a resistance fighter against the robots.
You didn't have the discipline to learn the skills he had.
No.
So, all right, here's the stuff that people are writing in. Less commercial breaks in baseball. Baseball's a live sport that you just happen to catch on TV. Football is a TV show. Okay, it's a totally different fucking animal than baseball. Baseball is meant to be viewed live. And hey, if you can't make it to the game, then here it is on TV. Why is that hard to understand? You know what I mean? It's like a parade. People like to go to a parade, but you gotta be a moron to watch a parade on TV. It's not the same experience.
Fucking worst.
Right? But people love to go to a parade. They're like, look, kids.
When you're there,
it's the same reason. A circus is fun to go to. And then if you watch it on TV, you're like, what is this ridiculous
I would
thing?
never even consider watching a circus on TV.
Yeah. Well, baseball is the same way. It's a fucking live sport that has been around for a long time in this country without all these improvements for the TV audience. You don't see people at the game going, oh my God, I wish this was going faster. That's like saying you went out to a fucking nightclub and you wish the fucking night went faster, right? You want to have a long drunken night when you go to a nightclub. When you go to a baseball game, you want a long drunken day. That's what you want to do. You want to drink, you want to bullshit. It's fucking time off from life. It's not like, oh man, let's get as much excitement as we can get going. You're not like that as a baseball game. You're doing a lot of shit there. But now everything's about TV and the fucking commercials. Now Daddy Donuts, and I don't think that's his real name. He tweeted, also, take out umpires' power. Replay, lasers, and shit have made them a hindrance to slow. I don't know what he means, a hindrance to slow. But the fact of the matter is, everyone gets mad at if a umpire makes an error, a shortstop makes an error. There's errors in every fucking game. It's a human experience. I don't want to sit around and see a replay to see if the fucking ball. I'd rather yell at the umpire, you fucked up the game.
Yeah, isn't like a bad call part of the fun? Like
used to be.
Yeah.
Not anymore. Used to be fine. In football, they used to go, oh, fuck, we blew that call, we'll give you the next one. The next close call goes to you. It was a gentleman's fucking agreement. Now, stop the game. Oh my God, what happened there? And people, here's the other thing that you gotta remember about sports. You forget about it right after it happens. I mean, now, like, looking back on it, Cubs and Indians, everybody was caring who was going to win that game. No. If the Indians would have won, would you care today? No. You move on with your life. You go, oh, maybe this is the Cubs year. I don't know. It's just, we make up these insane things for no apparent reason.
Soccer is the same way too, right? Like there's not a replay, like the call happens on the field.
The only thing, I think they have the laser inside of the goal so they can tell if the ball gets into the goal in a close fucking play. But there's all kinds of fake shit that takes place. And who knows when a soccer ref is going to call something.
Right.
It happens and then it doesn't happen. They get hometowned a lot there. And again, really, now looking back on it, name the last 3 World Cups champions in a row. I couldn't. It only matters for that moment.
Oh yeah, it's insanely fun in that moment.
Yeah,
like a World Cup year, I don't think there's anything more fun than that because suddenly everyone is paying attention to it. It's great.
That's because you live in Manhattan.
It feels like live or die, and then when it's over, it's done.
In Manhattan, all the bars, all the I'll just say illegal immigrants come together, and it's really fun because you can go to a Brazilian bar or you can go to an Argentinian bar, an English bar. So, and I like it when it's on the other side of the world because people are blowing up like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning.
Exactly.
Just fucking going crazy in the street. The game is starting.
Just pounding beers.
Yeah, and then by the time it gets to the final, you're like, oh shit, most of the people don't care anymore. Astoria was big the last time.
Well, it's because Astoria has a lot of Brazilians, a lot of Mexicans, and then also a lot of Eastern Europeans. So, like, if like a Croatia gets in, there's one like strip that's like everyone's. If it's like 7 in the morning, all the bars are filled.
Now, are they normally soccer bars, or they just become that?
They're not normally soccer bars, but there are some just soccer clubs or whatever, or like private clubs in random places in Astoria where it's just like old men just drinking and watching soccer, like all year round. But when World Cup comes, that neighborhood blows the fuck up.
I dropped Gail off in Brooklyn and thought I knew my way back through, like, instead of coming right back into Manhattan, run along. And I was fucking around in Astoria trying to get back to Queens Boulevard, and I'm like, this seems a little more dangerous than I wanted it to be. And I was like, when you look down to take a left, you're like, I wonder if I should take a left down there or not, or just keep going till I find a larger road.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
There's some dicey looking streets in there. Like in King of New York, when they're like fighting underneath the bridge, that's in Astoria. That's in Queens. It looks like it's the end of the world in that fucking scene.
It hasn't changed much.
No.
And then I'm like 15, not even kidding you, like 5 blocks, right? Like 150 yards, 200, 300 yards. And suddenly I'm in the middle of all these glass fucking palaces that are still being built while I'm there. 2 of the fucking buildings were up where I was waiting for a turn signal to go. But not that far away from it. You're like, I don't know about this. This is a little odd.
Yeah.
Just cars are burning and shit. Like, I wonder if my car would start burning.
The rest of the neighborhood hasn't caught up to the giant high-rises they're still building.
It only takes a minute,
It is weird to see Queens getting built up like that.
There's a skyline in Long Island City now. There's like 24 large buildings, like 60, 70 floors.
James in Ohio, what's up?
Yeah, hey Ronnie. I think that baseball is a game best consumed on the radio. I mean, the season's 162 games. You go to a game or two. But I love it on the radio, and I prefer it to be long. I don't want it to be shorter. it's a great way to have it like as background. And
well, I grew up with like you're sitting on the back porch and the radio's there, and you're not paying attention to every fucking pitch. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's just on the radio.
And I don't think baseball has changed in that regard over the decades. It sucks on TV.
It's not really a TV sport. It just isn't. Even the dimensions of the field can't be properly seen on TV. A fly ball, you know what I mean, is always like a mystery to you when you're watching it. It comes off, you're like, that sounded like a home run, and it's not. You know? But TV is where all the money comes from, so that's what they care about. So when people are saying the games are too long, what they're saying is, this is too long of a TV show. That's a different thing. Why not do this? In the middle of the game, let's say between the third and sixth inning, why don't you put on an old Friends episode? I'm sure you fuckers would like that, okay? So you can watch Friends. You're not forced to watch the entire game. You can click around. Looks like E-Rock's getting involved with a throuple, as they now call it. That's become... He's,
I'm going to start spreading this in the halls. That's enough for me.
He seems to be slow working a couple. They're very attractive. Throupling is in right now.
It's very popular?
Yes. When a girl goes, I'm going to take some time and just date a couple, you know?
Well, I thought it was really interesting when I was swiping for Chris. I noticed how many... He doesn't know how to clean himself.
That's swiping.
He was never taught.
Yeah. So you're looking around for Chris.
And coming across couples looking for throuple action.
Yeah.
And they put both pictures. Yeah. Hi, we're a couple seeking.
Every couple would rather be in a throuple because you get everything from a couple and then the fun of a throuple.
I matched with a couple, but then they stopped talking to me, which sucks. They sent.
Were you trolling them, though?
No, I wasn't. I was like, I'm down with this.
When it's a guy and a couple, it's either a cuck or a bi guy.
Yeah.
They assured me that he was straight and he just wanted to watch me bang his wife or whatever. And the last thing they sent me a picture of her blowing him, and then that's the last thing they sent me. Oh, this is fucking like, what the fuck?
Maybe that's all they really wanted from it. Like maybe that
be Trump cock. Like we made this guy look. Maybe the guy was upset because if you were banging his wife, he really wouldn't be able to see anything.
I sent deceptive pictures, so maybe they might not have thought
smart. You got any new matches?
A girl sent me a video of her masturbating. Well, not masturbating, but dancing and taking her clothes off. You want to see that?
Yeah, but what about the ones that you started with yesterday? By the way, Chris is Dater Boy. He is the Romeo of Sirius XM.
This girl just sent me this picture. She wants to meet me next week.
All right, let me see.
Here you
go. Right, so there she is. First of all, she has sweatpants on, which is not very exciting.
She sent to me last night.
Oh my God, she's insane. Those are insane faces.
Yeah, she's a crazy person. She was just like, you want to do Adderall and party. Like, okay.
She's weird.
Yeah, she's very strange. This is, I don't know if I should pursue this or not.
I'm going to go. I'm going to go with, there's something there. Yeah, for sure. This is a lengthy video.
Yeah, I was surprised.
Yeah, I think she could have maybe dressed up for this.
Well, I'm going to just let Liz Fire know that I absolutely did yell out, I am Queens Boulevard while I was driving.
It's still going, guys. And she's still...
Yeah, I don't have all that time.
Yeah. It's not a baseball game.
I gotta admit, the sweats kind of threw me off a little bit.
I didn't mind because she apparently did it last night while I was texting with her. So I was like, okay,
sure,
whatever you want, lady. See you next week.
Chris, don't believe that. That shit's been in the can. She sends that. She sends that to all her Tinder hookups.
That's okay.
Yeah, it's still
consistent is good. Nateo in New York.
Hey, what's up, guys? Bennington. Wow, you guys make my drive back and forth to work every day so amusing. But the Kid Killer episode yesterday, you had me crying, buckled over laughing so hard that I had to pull over in my car because I could not get it together. That was the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Well, that was totally improvised, but I have heard back from some, I'll just say minor studios, not major studios. But I've heard
major. We're talking independent.
Yeah, independent seems a little large for what we're talking about. But I don't think this needs a big budget because we're just going to shoot most of it with children.
Yeah, and
they'll do it for candy.
And also, don't horror fans kind of like a low-budget horror? Isn't that kind of like their preference? Like diehard horror fans?
I know Big J does.
They're amazing. That's what makes a horror movie funny. It's when it's so low budget, you're just like, how is this even real? It's the best part about it.
Who do we know that could direct, that's a real director? I mean, I would say Vito. I saw his senior project. It was very well received by his family.
I don't want to make any promises, but I do have Dennis Dugan's contact. Maybe I can pitch it to him.
I worry that
his first foray to horror.
I worry that Dennis doesn't understand. We want a lot of blood and children's blood and guts in this. And Dennis has he's got big giant comedy shows, And I want kids to be terrified. I don't want them to enjoy Kid Killer. Kid Killer. Kids are getting killed, and the Kid Killer seems to be a kid. Is he a dead kid who was killed by another kid? Kid Killer, coming soon. You won't go into a ball pit again.
I think this thing has legs for sure.
Yeah, severed legs.
Yeah. I just know I want one of the lines to be, "We're going to need a bigger penis." For people, because I'm a big Steven Spielberg guy. And by the way, his mom just passed away yesterday too. And she was always at all his stuff and was like super proud and super cocky for years. And I remember once that she said, if I knew Steven, what do you call those things when you take the baby boots and you like fucking put metal on them? What's that called? Bronze. Right?
Oh yeah.
She goes, if I knew that Steven was going to be this famous, I would have bronzed my uterus. And I'm like, that's who you want. That's who you want there for you. But I don't know. I'd like to do something with Kid Killer. I really would. I really think it's going to be the show to beat in hopefully. I mean, we're going to be one of the few that you can shoot in 2017 and get it out in 2017.
Wow.
None of this layover. I'd like to shoot it with no editing whatsoever.
All in-camera editing. So all the scenes have to be shot in order.
I think Chris came running in with this after the show, screaming at us that Jimmy Kimmel claims he's going to leave his show in 3 years.
Yeah, he's saying, that he's going to retire.
Yeah, everyone's going to leave their show in 3 years. That's the whole point of doing stuff.
Yeah, but isn't that such a short amount of time? How long has Kimmel been doing the show?
He's been doing it 100 years.
What?
No, he's the longest guy, right?
Yeah.
No, I guess Conan has been doing it longer than him. But Kimmel's got to go back to the 90s. Am I wrong about that when he started the late one, the one that used to come on? Oh, well, look who's going to know. Vito. Go ahead, Vito. Come in with the wrong answer as quickly as you can.
I think he's been doing it 15 years.
15 years. So 2002.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought he started in the 90s.
Well, like Man Show was 90s.
Yeah, but the Man Show was a different show.
Not a late night show.
The thing in front of his face is really killing me.
Put your cans on, son. This is radio. He's like that guy on the bench that you call in. He forgets his helmet, runs into the game without it. So is this Jimmy just saying this now?
Yeah, he's saying when his contract is up, he might not want to do it because he wants to like write a book and produce some stuff.
Right. Guess what? You're working hour a day, buddy. When I hear from like Jimmy Fallon, like I'm in there 15 hours a day. I would say, don't just show up and do the show. That last Unmasked that everybody was like laughing about and thought was great. We met 5 minutes, went on, did it. know anything left? Everybody's like, that's the funniest hour I've ever heard. Yes, because we're not sitting around all day trying to guess what the other, making up what the other person is going to say. Put Jimmy out there, he'll do fine. Any of the Jimmys. Do an hour. I'll say this. They got to be there 15 minutes before, and say they got to leave a half hour after. That's it. They would do just as good as show, maybe better. That's what I say.
Yeah, but those pool noodle baseball games aren't going to write themselves.
Then don't do them. You know what I mean? Go out and be funny instead of doing that shit. Because that stuff never works. Regis used to have an hour show. His day was 57 minutes. He you'd see him put on his coat. As the show was wrapping up, he was going through his mail. He made 2 phone calls in the last segment. But that show's not as good without Regis. Because he didn't give a fuck. He showed up late. He left early. That's confidence. The way Trump is the president.
Yeah.
He doesn't go to all the meetings. He goes to very few of them. He certainly isn't reading all the papers, But what is he doing? He's making America great again.
He is. Somehow he's doing it.
Yesterday, I was watching him in a news conference. He's in the White House, looks out the window, shot a Mexican trying to run him back home.
Oh, my God.
It's a good shot, huh?
Is he allowed to do that?
I just actually did a scene from Schindler's List. Remember that list where the guy stretches and then shoots? That was one of the coldest fucking moments.
Really?
Film I've ever seen. And I didn't see all of Schindler's List. Is that the one where Richard Dreyfuss gets on the ship and leaves with them?
No, that's Close Encounters.
That's fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
They got to make a Close Encounters too. Richard Dreyfuss just gets back, and they go, "Oh, I guess the space-time doesn't work. I guess you do get older." Because he's aged at a limit that it wouldn't as if you stayed on Earth.
No.
Gail Meets Girls is out, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, you can check it out on the Interrobang. You can download it from there or go through iTunes. My guests were Rachel Feinstein and Bridget Everett, and it was a really fun episode.
Really, really fun. I've got 2 people booked for the next one for you, too. I think you're going to love them.
Oh, really? Who's that?
Me and Chris.
Oh. Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, the only thing is, like, the whole premise of the show, and, I'm not married to it. It is the title, is about women, specifically women in comedy. So,
Well, I can just tell some of my stories of when I've been with women before and what they've done to me.
Yeah, that's not really the point of the show. You want to talk women.
Believe me. I used to date a woman with an eye patch. How fucking scary is that? We'll be right back after this.
Stop throwing it to break.
Oh, I thought we needed to take a break there.
You got spots coming up, right?
They put speaking of the reboot stuff, first cast shot of Han Solo is out now.
Now, I've seen this picture, and this looks like a CW show's cast photo. This does not look like...
First of all, let me just say this. I forgot about the CW.
Like, what is that?
Are they not even dressed up? Why is Woody from Cheers in this?
He's in a fucking hoodie.
Oh my God.
They're not in costume. The only person in costume is Chewbacca, and that looks fucking stupid.
No, that's...
Is it the same Chewbacca, or is he younger? Is he almost 6 inches shorter?
They should have had Chewbacca have like a different hairstyle. Just to show.
Just something. He still has the same fucking bandolier.
It's just a permed. That was in back then.
Now, there's Woody from Cheers. Is that the girl from Two Broke Girls next to him?
Looks like her, but I don't think it is. But yeah, it definitely looks like her.
So the guy in the middle is who?
That's Han?
That's Han Solo?
Yeah, I believe that's Han Solo.
So that the guy in the middle. So he's wearing only the jacket from his costume.
Well, and then he has a shirt that buttons up. He has a dad shirt on.
It's a denim fucking shirt. What the fuck is going on in the Star Wars universe? That guy has a sweater and a fucking a button down underneath it. This is insane. I don't know what the fuck. This isn't the first cast fucking picture because they're not in character.
And then who's the little kid? Who's he supposed to be? Luke? They're holding the baby Luke? Woody isn't even trying anymore.
He's not even looking at the camera. He's just staring down.
He thinks he's in zombie land.
I guess Ern from Atlanta's in it.
This fucking movie's going to be terrible.
I don't
They're
know.
all terrible. Even the first Star Wars was terrible.
Well, why would they release this photo? It's so peculiar.
They don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
That's their way of saying, we know you're coming to see this. They're like, hey, you came to Rogue One and it didn't make any fucking sense.
Did you see it? I
didn't see it yet.
Shit.
I'm waiting until it comes to TBS. I like to watch it with commercials and any of the stuff edited out.
Sure, it makes it longer.
And turn the whole picture into a square. Charles.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that Donald Glover Lando still looks really cool in that picture.
Do you remember how little Lando was in Star Wars to begin with?
He only showed up in the
I remember how cool Lando was in Star Wars.
He was also cool in those malt liquor commercials he used to do at the same time.
Colt 45. Smooth, baby, or whatever.
Colt 45. Get you some.
I didn't know he did Colt 45.
Oh, yeah, find one.
Oh, there were a bunch of
They were during the 70s when Colt 45. Actually, in a rec league, we played against a team called the Colt 45. We were like, wow,
cool.
how did they get away with that name?
And
then they trounced us. I'm not kidding. I might be talking 87-9.
Right, Billy D. Williams talks about Colt 45.
Yeah, you're going to love him.
Talks about Colt 45.
There are 2 rules to remember if you want to have a good time. Rule number 1, never run out of Colt 45. Rule number 2, never forget rule number 1.
Oh my God.
You want to know why you should keep plenty of Colt 45 on hand? You never know when friends might show up. I don't claim you can have a better time with Colt 45 than without it. But why take chances?
The power of Colt 45.
Those two people could be Jen's parents. Just enjoying a nice Colt 45. Living large and loving life.
Looks like Fight Club ripped off their fucking rules from Colt 45.
Fight Club. Seriously, Colt 45 was the first fucking Fight Club. Are there any more?
Do not talk about Colt 45.
They should have just said, rule number 1, do not talk to the police.
I mean, that commercial was so cool, it almost made me forget what Colt 45 tastes like.
It's weird that malt liquor got on television. It's fucking terrible.
Oh my God.
Why?
That is so funny.
It's just not it's like a fucking rough beer.
Yeah, it has the kick that you're looking for. The price that's nice.
Do you like beer, but you wish it was more boozy?
High gravity.
Do you like beer that's so thick and strong it's going to take the edge off?
Yeah.
I hate having this edge on. Get this shit off with
It's the edge that makes things difficult.
Goddamn right. If you thought I was attractive in Lady Sings the Blues, have this Colt 45 with me. Women were crazy about Billy D. Williams. Crazy about him.
Oh, that I understand.
And by the way, Carl Weathers was like the ripoff Billy D. Williams.
Yeah.
It was like, get us a cheaper Billy D. Williams.
One isn't drinking malt liquor all day long.
He's enjoying it.
I like his chick. She was down with it, too.
She was beautiful.
Yeah.
She was like, give me that can of Colt 45.
Yeah.
You never know when friends are going to show up.
She was going sideways and needed to fucking level out. Colt 45 as landing gear.
Good sound design, too. I mean, when he cracked that beer, that was fucking...
Yeah. I noticed.
Colt 45, when you got too high, you need to bring it back down a little bit. It's like sandbags on a balloon. Let's see what else is happening out there. Chris DiStefano's, they cast the dad for his pilot. Annie Potts has been cast as his mom.
Holy shit, that's awesome.
I love her. She's done the show before. And another person who I'm going to say is the Italian Billy D. Williams. Chaz Palminteri has been booked as his dad.
Whoa, that's huge.
Yeah.
Dude, that's a great cast.
Dude, I was giving him advice who I thought could play his Italian dad.
Mm-hmm.
It never dawned on me that he'd be able to get Chaz Palminteri.
No, I'm so shocked that that's what you just said. That's awesome.
We should all go to Chaz's restaurant one night.
I would love to do that. I've been thinking about this since he was saying, like, what a fun place
it's not far from here.
Yeah.
They got everything. Now, remember yesterday when people said, when did Italian people become white? And then I said it was like the 50s or something. Remember, he acted like in the 60s.
Yeah, he sat there and listed the different types of kids in the neighborhood. And he was like, the black kids like this, the white kids like this, the Italian kids like this. He
said the white kids like the Beach Boys.
Yeah, the white, yeah.
And they were all listening to that crazy fucking Jersey Boys music. Cherry! Italian kids loved that back then.
Yeah.
You never saw that Jersey Boys musical?
I didn't see the musical, no.
Fucking good as shit.
Is it really good?
The movie's not good at all.
Yeah.
But I went to the musical thinking I was going to despise it. And it was, I can't even understand why it was that good.
Well, that whole boom of using familiar music, building the story around that, like, when did that really start? In, like, the early aughts, I guess. And then, like, it totally took over Broadway because the thing that most reasons that people don't like going to musicals is like, I don't know any of those weird songs. Like, that's not going to mean anything. Yeah, so they took that out. And you're like, oh, of course I want to hear that song performed.
There was a thing that they did in Jersey Boys, the musical, where somehow it's an on-stage thing, right? They're on stage, but they're facing away from you, right? And and the crowd is on the other side, and it feels like you're on stage when they're having their wonders moment.
Yeah.
I don't know how they fucking pulled it off.
That is like,
it was a really exciting theater moment, like the magic of, theater design and all that, which we've got to think about with, Hard Rock Johnny this year.
I agree.
We decided this year we want to go big time for Thanksgiving.
Because
our poster did so well.
Yeah. We looked at that poster and we were just like, we need a show that's as good as this poster.
Right.
We want to deserve this poster.
The only thing I'm sure is that we want Greg Stone back. Other than that, I can't think of anything else. When they were all yelling, his name is Greg Stone, that was one of my favorite moments. And how happy Greg was with it. By the way, I got to tell you a Greg Stone story, but I'm going to tell you off the air. We need to break anyway?
Yes, we do.
Good. I want to tell a little Greg Stone secret during the break. And I can't because I noticed that if I talk about anybody, people tweet out.
They always do.
Like I told something funny, I'm not going to say it was about a comedian, and people tweeted to him.
Yes, it's not. Tattletales is what it is.
Yeah, we should play Tattletales. You know what I mean? That's an old game show. Everybody likes that. All right, let's take a break. Right back, Bennington. I think it was 30 years yesterday that Andy Warhol left the planet Earth. And it's crazy, right? 30 years without Andy Warhol.
And how weird is like 30 years later and the concept of 15 minutes, like
is more and more all the time.
It's more and more all the time. It's like he knew.
It's very weird because he's, I think, the first one that like made the thing that you could get fame outside of the normal ways of doing it. And now they say that President Trump is the most famous person we've ever had. Like his fame, people talk about him all the time in every country. And I think it's something like $1 billion of free advertising that he gets if he had to buy ads for the name Trump.
It was months ago before the election, and there was this article about we've never had a time where we had two candidates with more kind of just facial and name recognition across the country and around the world. But I can't imagine, and that was then. Right. So I can't imagine what that is like now for Trump.
Well, there's some. This was in the New York Times today. There's some kind of fame monitor, right? And not only is Trump the most famous person. But if you, in terms of like getting mentions in social media and the media, right? If you took the next 1,000 people or something, they don't even add up to Trump. He's by far way more famous than Hitler was during his lifetime, because Hitler wasn't, there were parts of the world that didn't really follow Hitler.
Right.
Even during World War II.
Sure.
And now you can't escape hearing about Trump. It's fascinating. And like you said, Warhol picked that. Warhol was my first favorite artist when I was a little kid. And I've told this story before, but it always sticks with me that, I was in like first or second grade, and I had an art teacher who started to talk about the soup can and went batshit, screaming that it wasn't art at a bunch of little kids, where we were still drawing the big sun,
right?
You know. And thank you so much, Connor. You really get the best water.
Thank you, man.
He's the best. Refreshing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, nice and cold.
That hydration is so important. So, anyway, so this lady is like screaming about the soup can, and I remember trying to write down Warhol so I could look it up later, like I was writing on like a big pencil, and I kept asking my parents about it, and then there was something in Time magazine where there was just a thing of the soup can, and I was just fucking staring at it. Then there was a puzzle at the store, and I stared at it and asked my mom if I could have it and shit, because I just love the idea of somebody that could make adults furious.
Yeah.
So since that point on, I read everything I could ever about Andy Warhol.
And then to argue the concept of art, like it's pretty much, you couldn't be like a more interesting character if anyone is the type of person to say that person doesn't make art, that person's worth looking into. Like, because that means that not only are they like saying, is it good or is it bad? They're actually deciding if it's valid. Like, you know, even like, there was like a lot of arguments, like Norman Rockwell was that way, Basquiat was that way, where it's just like, how is that art?
I would agree with you, and yet I don't know if they got as crazy about it as they did with Warhol. You know what I mean?
Because they just felt like it was, well, not only did they feel like it was illustration, but then the fact that he had the factory, and they're like, who's making these?
Yeah, sometimes he wasn't touching the paintings.
Right.
If you ever get a chance to go to the Warhol Museum in Pittsburgh, you got to do it. It's a beautiful place. And I love any kind of thing that's just one artist instead of all the artists. All the artists, like if I go to MoMA or something, it feels like I've gone to a concert with all the bands playing at the same time. It's just too overwhelming. I try to pick exhibits or just go to, luckily I live close enough to these, I could just go see one thing, but I can't go see a whole museum and appreciate it after more. It's like somebody just took a bunch of ice cream and candy and was shoving it.
and then you just become so overwhelmed with it that you're just like walking past genius works of art, like, and that too, and there's
I know.
this.
Starry Night, it's right there if you want to see it. And I'm going to go get lunch. But Starry Night's over there. But I love the idea of Warhol. If you ever go back and look at stuff like from the 60s, like Batman would always have Warhol characters. And when you see movies like Gilligan's Island would have Warhol characters, they were always trying to act like this thing is out there. And then Edie Sedgwick, I'm still crazy about her to this day, who he just decided was a star. And then did nothing with her, except for said, this is a superstar, and people start to believe. You know what I mean? That's like the Kardashians, you know? She didn't do anything either. You know, she at least danced, went out to clubs and danced. But, that was always fascinating to me. And I always wanted to be a painter so much that I lied to Joe DeRosa yesterday. And I would have gotten away with it too, if not for you pesky kids.
There's this documentary, that was in like the early 60s, and it's called The Queen, and it's about these drag queens who are coming to, New York to do a pageant, and, Andy Warhol is going to be a judge. And it's like almost like Waiting for Guffman. Like you don't see him until.
Was it in the 60s?
Yeah. I think it was, or I gotta see what the year, because it's called the Queen 19, and then like it's whatever the year is. But they are just like
waiting for Warhol.
Yeah, and then Warhol's in the thing, and then there's like a controversy of who got picked. But there's only one little flash of Warhol towards the very end.
1968.
1968.
That would have been, I guess, right before he got shot or something too. That's like where he's at the height.
Yeah. So there's just one glimpse of him, and it's just like as he takes his seat as the judge for this, like. But then later they're just like, Mr. Warhol decided to do this, and I'm sorry you're not happy with the results, but that was Mr. Warhol. You have a problem with him? Why don't you go to his factory?
I know how you like the queens. What are they called?
Drag queens.
Did you see the thing where Cate Blanchett was on stage with all these drag queens and she was lip syncing?
No, I did not see this.
I saw it for a second on fucking TMZ. It was amazing. I don't know what it is about Cate Blanchett, but she could do anything.
Yeah, she's phenomenal.
Let's see if Chris can find it.
I hope he can, because it sounds really exciting.
I think it was on TMZ. What is this, Chris?
Yeah.
This is W Magazine.
And is it this thing that I'm talking about, or is it something else?
It's her lip syncing with at the Stonewall.
No, this was, I think, in L.A. I don't know why she does this. I mean, she's a big star to go out lip syncing. You know what I mean? That's something Jimmy Fallon does.
Here we go.
Thanks. You just hit the same one from the Stonewall again.
This is on TMZ here for lip syncing with drag queens. A drag show.
Jump out a little too far.
Oh, there she is. There she is.
She's not wearing any pants and she's wearing a jacket. What's her whole scene about?
I don't know, but she's incredible.
Yeah, she is.
She's not from planet Earth. She's too cool.
She's wild. I really think like she could be like the next Meryl Streep in terms of like every year they're just going to nominate her for something.
They're like, oh, yeah, obviously Kate's nominated.
Are we going to do an Oscar show this year, Chris? What do we got coming in?
Have not planned one yet.
What's with you in the planning? You don't like to do it anymore?
No, I do like to plan things. We usually have Leslie in.
We oozily have...
Oozily, usually.
Well, why haven't we oozily booked her for this year?
I will contact her.
You try and play catch up with me? Like, if I didn't bring it up, would you have thought it's Oscar time?
I brought the name up a few weeks ago, but then we would have done it then. It was weeks before the Oscars. So I should have just planned to have her in this week, a few weeks ago.
I don't know. It's up to you, buddy. I don't like to tell you what to do. I just know what we oozily do. Ken Bone is back, everybody. Ken Bone is back.
Oh, good. I was worried about it.
He's going to be at CPAC.
Booth 716.
All right, you watched Milo the other night on Bill Maher, and you were, like, disturbed by it.
I'm just like, he's a fucking troll. That's all I think of it.
Bill Maher came out today and said, "You're welcome, everyone. It was his appearance on my show that led to this." And he goes, "The best disinfectant is the sun."
Oh my God. Come on, dude. Are you serious?
He takes full fucking credit for it.
I did not think he did a good job with him at all.
Well, apparently it led to the end of him. You know what I heard the other day? Yesterday. By the way, you know, we were talking about this sequel thing earlier today. Is there a single movie that you wish there would be a sequel to? You know, let me start this with Vito because he doesn't have my disgust for sequels, and he could watch the same movie over and over every day and be happy like he is with all of his comic book movies. So I want you to think long and round about this, Vito. What is a movie you definitely would love to see a sequel to?
I really wouldn't mind seeing a revisit to Back to the Future to see what's going on with the DeLorean.
Well, you would see what's going on. The kid from Back to the Future became very ill.
I don't want to see that part.
Marty's not up.
So you would take him out of the movie?
No, Marty?
No, I'm saying I want to kind of see, like, I wouldn't mind a kid finding the DeLorean on his own.
So to you, the star of that movie was the DeLorean. See, this is the truth about Star Wars, where they don't care that they're doing a young Han Solo, because they're going, oh, we get the Millennium Falcon back before it was souped up. As much as people act like they like Iron Man now, they'll just be as happy with the next kid who's the Iron Man.
Yeah.
They're not into it for the people. They're into it for the sets.
We're on our third or fourth Spider-Man now. Now he's like 15 or something. It's really disturbing.
Do you think he'd be getting older, not younger?
Well, the Spider-Man thing I don't mind, because Spider-Man Spider-Man started off as a teenager, so it makes more sense.
None of it makes sense. It's a fucking kid who gets bit by a spider, and now he invented a suit that has web stuff. You can't say something makes sense. None of it makes sense. All right, Gail, I'm going to you for this.
All right, so it would have to be a movie that is not, like, so good and so important that legacy would be destroyed by a sequel.
Yes, you don't want to do Amadeus 2.
Exactly. You don't want something that's, like, heavy or it was perfect in its own way. I would say you've got to go light. I would say a Goonies sequel where you have, like, the kids of the Goonies who have to go on a Goonies adventure.
And now they're all 50?
No, the kids of the Goonies. And, like, they're in it, but they're parents. Okay. And then they have kids.
All right, so let's try to work the logic of this.
Yes.
All the Goonies get married, having children at the same time.
Right.
They all still stay in the same neighborhood.
Exactly.
And then
their people.
Kids find another cave?
Yeah, like there's some other adventure, and they need Goonies to never say die.
Will they revisit the old cave as a nod?
Perhaps they will. Okay, there's skeletons down there. They're still probably down there.
Now, is Cyndi Lauper's daughter going to sing a song?
Yes, I would hope that would happen, but I think it has to be something fun like that. It can't be like, you don't want to like mess with something that exists that was great.
I thought Children of Men could use a sequel, because you never know what happens to the pregnant chick, or she has the kid. You never know what happens to her or the rest of humanity, really. They know
But isn't that what makes that movie great? Like, wouldn't a sequel, that would be an example of something that I think the sequel would, like, detract from the fact that
it would define it and take your imagination out of it.
Exactly.
I want to see what happens with that human ship or whatever it is, whatever that organization runs into the actual woman with her baby. I need to know.
Make it up. Make it up in your head.
First of all, you would be happy if it was just a fucking planet of men.
Lucky me.
Hey, Chris, what's up?
Yeah, sometimes, they make a movie and they plan a sequel in the last scene. Planet of the Apes with Mark Wahlberg when he crashes back on Earth, but it's all monkeys. That movie was set up for a sequel they never made.
Well, they decided it was so bad that they rebooted the Planet of the Apes idea. So we're now on the third version of Planet of the Apes.
Well, the last one with Mark Wahlberg was the one I'm talking about.
Right, I understand that, but what I'm telling you is they decided that stunk so bad that they would just restart the whole Planet of the Apes thing. And see, no one cares.
Mm-mm.
Like, I don't even know if he's familiar with the fact that it's been done. Ron in Chicago.
Yes, good afternoon. You guys are good. Half the people are going to love me, half the people are going to hate me. You remember Hudson Hawk?
Well, there's no way that half the people loved Hudson Hawk. but I'll let you in on a little secret, Ron. I thought it was enjoyable. I've watched it a couple times.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. And does Gail know that they're doing a reboot of Goonies?
Are they really doing a reboot?
Yeah, they got Martha Plimpton and I guess a couple others.
Damn.
That isn't a reboot. It sounds like a sequel now.
Yeah, they're exactly doing it.
You must have read. You must have read this in one of your movie magazines.
You love your movie magazines.
Look how quick he is to jump in. Instead of just, how about once being on Gail's side?
Okay.
Because
Just try it on.
I made up the movie magazine thing.
Just try it on, Chris. This is a new character. Friends with Gail.
She keeps calling me a rapist, Ron.
You know what would be better, Jen? If you hear Gail get attacked by Chris and you jump in and just call Chris a couple names.
Fat, maybe.
It's easy enough.
The weight is always an easy target.
That one always takes him down, too. He never has a rebuttal for it. Now, what about you, Vito? How come you never stand up to Chris?
I don't know.
I'll tell you why. Pussy.
Yeah, I agree, because you know what? I stand up for Vito to Chris all the time.
All the time.
I go to the bat for you all the time. And then you let this son of a bitch just walk right over me.
Look, you want to let me off the leash, start attacking him like a dog? I'll do it for you.
Well, don't talk about it, dude. Let's see the no you. You were supposed to take over as Trump cuck, and people are complaining about that.
We've been going really good the past few days.
They're still complaining. Read the Twitter.
I won a nice tweet today.
Jay, Connecticut.
Hey, buddy.
Hey.
I always wanted to see a Beetlejuice sequel.
They never did one, huh?
Mm-mm.
They're supposed to, but it got caught up in production hell, as they say. It was supposed to be Beetlejuice Goes to Hawaii. That was the actual sequel they were wanting to do.
Oh, that would have been a horrible sequel.
Yeah, that sounds terrible. That is not the idea of a sequel. Just putting him in another odd place. Andrew, Ontario.
Yeah, I think that I Am Legend. I'd like to know how that whole thing broke down.
Well, the way that it ended by destroying Will Smith's career was probably the big thing.
He's had a rough run for a little while.
Well, he had a great run for so long, and then people were just like, for some reason, got really harsh on him.
Yeah, he's
Big
due
Willie.
at this point. Because, he had one hit after another for, that...
The 90s.
Yeah,
the 90s
all
were
of
his.
the 90s.
Everything, remember he was the king of 4th of July. Yeah. He would put out a movie on 4th of July and it would become massive. I'll tell you what happened to him, Kevin Hart.
You think that's the problem?
I think Sweet Willie would have gotten all the roles that Kevin Hart got.
I think it's those kids of his.
What's that?
I think it's those kids of his.
Those kids are very confident. They got that from their folks.
He also turned down some really good movies. He turned down Django.
It's not that good. I don't think that would have rebooted his life.
I don't know if it would have done that.
His movies were so much bigger than Django. And every movie star turns down things, not because they hate them, because you have another movie already lined up to go. Robert Downey Jr. has turned down everything for 10 years because he can't. He has to keep being Iron Man. he's done between the Avengers and Iron Man, 7 of those, and then 2 Sherlock Holmes, and then one other weird movie that bombed that he was a lawyer.
At that point, it's almost just he has one serious day job.
He's got a day job.
He leaves and he's just I got to go to Iron Man. I'm going to be late for Iron Man.
Honey, where's my pants? I'm off to Iron Man. Do you have Iron Man again tomorrow?
Yeah, I have Iron Man every day.
Oh, okay. Well, we were hoping that we'd have a nice weekend at the beach house. You'll be at Iron Man? Damn. All right. Should we all wait here for Iron Man, or can we go to the beach house?
Just go to fucking beach house.
Okay.
Stupid Iron Man.
I wish you didn't have so much Iron Man, honey. But people have to Iron Man. What are you going to do? You are Iron Man, right? Patrick, what's up?
Hey, guys. There was a movie out, it came out in 2011 called Hannah. Eric Bana was in it, and he raises his daughter out in the woods, and she becomes this, killer. She's about 14. And then it's this whole thing about she goes off to kill, it is an assassin movie, but it's this young girl. It was actually a pretty cool little movie. And I thought at the time, what?
It was a small movie. It's like most people, the fact that you have to explain it. And I think I'm the only other person who saw it. And I didn't think it nearly was as good as you do. I know that you love it.
Well, what I liked about it was open-ended at the end. And I thought at the time it would be so cool, kind of like what they did with This Boy's Life, where you could revisit this young character every 5 years or so.
Well, that wasn't This Boy's Life. You didn't keep going back to that kid. It was
what was it?
Well, isn't that Boys? Is it Boys? Boyhood.
Boyhood, yeah.
Yeah, this boy's life was the one that Robert De Niro was so mean to Leonardo DiCaprio. I'll tell you a thing or two about a thing or two.
Does that peanut butter look empty to you?
From behind or not at all? This movie is talking about Hannah. You can spell it from front ways and then back ways to front.
Palindrome.
Arrival. Some people did not like the twist in Arrival, like our folks at Talking Pictures on Demand. They liked the linguistic part of it, not the twist.
I very much liked the twist. And I was quite surprised by the twist. You know how sometimes you feel a twist coming?
I did not see the twist coming either.
I was quite surprised by it.
It was a swerve. It was a turn. It was a twist. And then I yelled out, I saw it in the theater, and I yelled out, "Let's twist again," like we did last summer.
Did everyone enjoy that in the theater?
One person said, "Shh." So I'll take that as a yes. Shh. A lot of times they're how people applaud when they have to be quiet. So you liked Arrival. Do you think Amy Adams deserved an Academy Award nomination?
I definitely thought that she deserved a nomination for that performance. I thought she was really, really good in it.
Who's the guy who played the Colonel? It was a very small part. He's an Oscar winner.
Yeah, I can't think of his name.
He has the lazy eye. He played Last King of Scotland.
Forrest Whitaker?
Yes.
Whitaker, yeah.
He had a very small part. I thought he was amazing in it.
I thought, I agree. I think it's a really, really good movie. I was surprised how much I enjoyed it. Like, it was kind of like, when I saw the trailer for it, I was like, that's kind of up my alley. Like you were saying, it's like a sci-fi of the mind.
What would you write as the kind of slug for them people for like the Oscars or something? Because I'd want Forrest Whitaker, I would write this year. Oscar can't see the forest for the trees. Yeah. Looks like they'll be looking for an arrival of an Oscar. Amy Adams' family of Oscars.
Okay,
give her 3.
That's good too.
Yeah, these are all good.
Yeah, all of these are usable.
Yeah.
I would love to be a guest on Talking Pictures on Demand. How can we do this?
I don't know. I don't know if I'd be able to throw enough elbows to stay on that show. No daylight among cabinet over new transgender school guidance. I don't know what that story means.
What do they mean, no daylight?
I guess what they're saying is they're in the dark about it. White House, imminent transgender school guidance changes, not a priority. So I guess they're not going to fuck around with the transgender stuff.
I guess that's what it's saying. It's so hard to read from these very cryptic.
There's a new travel ban coming soon, and they're saying, and this surprises me, they don't want people to go from New York to Austin.
Oh my gosh.
Even though we want to go to the Moon Tower Festival.
Coming soon. Are they going to put a trailer out for it? Like, how are they going to roll this out?
The Richard Linklater PSA is up on the iBang if you'd like to check that out. Hey, Steve.
Yeah.
Steve, what's up, buddy?
I'd like to see a sequel to Castaway. I always kind of wanted to know more of the story about what he dealt with after he got rescued and everything.
So you just want to see him living at home, falling in love, paying his taxes, and having a normal life. Because the point of that was he was kind of a regular guy who had this one thing that happened in his life.
Like, yeah, would you just want to see him just adjusting back to sleeping in beds and stuff?
And probably within a month or so, he'd be fine with it again.
Yeah.
And within a year, he'd forget all about it and gain weight and, stop drinking so much water.
And just going, I guess, through the weird paperwork with his, I guess, now ex-wife.
You just see him watching TV and just going like this. We never had any of this when I was Castaway.
When I was Castaway.
Yeah, because I gave that a bad review when it came out and said, it looks like Tom Hanks just cast away his Oscar chances. Then I wrote, Tom Hanks' Oscar just floated away with that stupid soccer ball that he fell in love with.
Wilson!
What are you picking to win the Oscar this year, Chris?
Moonlight wins the whole goddamn thing.
Goddamn.
Moonlighting?
Moonlight. Well, that's the one with the...
Moonlighting is the show from the 1980s that starred Bruce Willis.
He's due, Ron.
Did you really say moonlighting, or did I just hear it that way?
I'm not
sure. Because it would be great if you said moonlighting.
I would be
Because I got Miami Vice picking up the whole thing.
Well, La La Land was the big sweep.
L.A. Land.
La La Land was the big sweep at the Emmys. I don't know. I don't know if it like.
Wait, they're giving it TV awards now? Because that's the Emmys. The Emmys is the TV awards.
I mean the Golden Globes.
Let everybody know the big news that La La Land is now a TV show.
Got it, Ron.
It's going to shock everybody. We're going to be the first with this story.
Let me alone.
Who fucked that one up, Chris?
Gail did. Gail fucked that up. Yet again.
Well, we're looking to see if the dog was unleashed. Nothing.
He was
Looks
not
like the dog
unleashed.
sucked its own dick.
Yes. In this case, you're right.
God. Stop licking yourself.
How's your dick taste?
Weird.
Hey, Chris, don't fucking do that or I'll hit you.
All right, that's stupid. Hey, Vito, I think this is your big story. Magic Johnson is now in charge of everything with the Lakers.
He's the president of basketball operations.
So what does that mean that you do? You're not the general manager.
Well, I think it's kind of like what Phil Jackson is doing for the Knicks now.
Uh-oh.
Not good.
But yeah, he got promoted. He had like a different position, but they're still finding a new GM, but he's going to be running like basically the GM position.
Until he finds someone.
No. He's going to be like the guy overlooking the GM. I think it's just a figurehead position, if we're being honest.
Then why would they make a big deal about it if it's a figurehead position?
It's one of those things that brings excitement back. Like when, doesn't like Elway have like a stake in the Broncos now?
Yes, he's the GM.
He runs the thing.
And he's actually hands-on and involved in everything.
I heard the opposite, actually. I heard that Magic Johnson wants to control everything and wants to be the GM and wants to bring the Lakers back since they've been playing like shit for years.
Yeah, I believe he's saying that, but he also said the first thing he's going to do is call Kobe up, and that's not going to help anything.
He never said the first thing he's going to do is call Kobe up.
He said if he got a promotion, the first thing he'd do is call the Black Mamba.
Yeah, but what does that mean? To be the GM?
I guess for a position on the team, but that's just unrealistic. It's like Kobe's not going to come back a year later. I think he needs some time to himself.
How do you know? Who do you think knows Kobe better? You or Magic, who was his friend?
Come on, bro.
I think
You're not making sense right now.
I saw Kobe in that last game.
Let's play this game. Who is the greatest Laker of all time? Vito?
I'm saying Magic Johnson.
The greatest of all time. Chris?
Kareem.
Wow.
Old school.
Not even old enough. Why not say Jerry West then? Because Jerry West was incredibly important to those. Who do you got, Gail?
Magic, I guess.
Magic? I'm going to leave it to Jen.
Kobe.
Finally, somebody from a new school. You know what I mean? Somebody who supports the rapist.
She doesn't judge on stuff like that.
No, she doesn't. She's good that way.
Yeah. Well, that's millennials for you.
I mean, I honestly think you can make the case that Kobe, but none of you guys said Shaq.
Like, Shaq jumped around too much and was on too many different teams.
Yeah, but, well, it wasn't
He's the
too
Jeffrey
many.
Gurian of basketball.
By the way, since I've been hanging out at the stand, Jeffrey doesn't jump as much as he lets on.
It's full of shit.
I've seen him twice.
That's it?
Yeah.
It's all sham jumping around?
I don't know. I'm just saying, I thought he was out and hitting all the clubs every night.
Well, that's how he
Because I know he doesn't hit the cellar, because he's afraid of a lot of those people. He's physically afraid of quite a few of them. So where else is he going? He goes to Gotham?
Is he going to Dangerfields?
Yeah. See, that's the thing. I think he does a Sunday night set at Dangerfields. That isn't jumping around, though.
I figure he's at parties all over the place. He's downtown, he's uptown, he's midtown.
Midtown? What's there?
Not sure, but if he's jumping around.
You're in Midtown. That's how dull it is right now. To turn around, I mean, if you could just be a great player to turn it around, then fucking Charlotte would be in better shape.
Yeah.
I don't know what you got to do to turn things around. Look at the Knicks. They got Phil Jackson, and it's a horror show.
The Knicks is where people go to fail. That's what the Knicks is. That's the organization's fucked. And I blame Dolan and Phil Jackson. Because he doesn't really give a shit. He was half-hearted him coming back to the Knicks.
Well, he's making $10 million a year. That's got to be nice at his age. You know what I mean? Like, when you're retired, it's nice to have something to bring in an extra $10 million for you.
Just that nest egg.
Little pocket money, you know what I mean?
If I was making $10 million a year to just have a figurehead job, you'd come into my office and just smell, am I crack cooking right now? My God, look at the size of that rock he's smoking.
That's good.
Shut the fucking door, man. The fucking shit is out there.
You gotta be at a press conference.
Shut the fucking door. All the windows black out. It's just us right now, man. It would always feel like the fucking day after for me. So I noticed this, Vito. When you hand in the story, you know nothing about it.
I knew that he was the president of basketball operations.
But you don't know what that position means.
Yeah, I believe it's similar to a GM, but he wants to hire a GM.
Good God. This is a fucking joke.
Oh yeah, you know everything, dude, don't you?
Look, how
many times have you fucked up a story?
That's
Never.
true. That is true, Vito. He does a lot. By the way, you guys are wearing the same colors again today. It's spooky. And one day I might just let you guys fight, then the living person gets to just have this to themselves.
I used to try to stop him, but now I've come to realize, like, oh, boys need to duke it out sometimes.
Yeah, they do. They need this between them.
I used to literally physically get between them.
They're
and
young
Jen
Rams,
has seen me do it. Stand in between them and go, everyone, calm the fuck down. Relax.
Jen, you've been here long enough for me to ask you, which one of these two mooks is essential to the forward progress of this show?
They both are.
But if you had to pick one, let's suppose they were both drowning, and this is neither one of them is really a swimmer.
I can't swim. So I would be actually fucking drowning here.
Well, the other one, Vito paddles, he calls it. Which one do you save?
Oh my God,
you gotta pick.
Because then I'm going to hear about this later. And
All right, let's say this.
I sit in an office with them. You know, I don't want to.
All right, imagine this out. ISIS has your parents, right?
Okay.
And they're going to behead them unless you tell me immediately, by the time I count to 3, which one of these two to save for the future of the show.
Don't let your parents
Get beheaded. 1.
I hate this pressure.
2.
Do it,
Vito.
Fuck, man, you're all against me, aren't you?
Gotta play that social game, dog.
I will give this to Vito. Vito does play the social game.
Why don't you play the social game?
He
There's
doesn't.
a lot of shit that has to get done. I'm not good in social situations.
But that is part of the shit that has to get done.
It is very true. And what did I say to you today when we were in that meeting with Don, that you kept writing with a dull pencil in that tiny little notebook of yours?
That notebook helps.
I like that it's just like one note per page. I've never seen anyone do that in my life.
Look, I got these pages to fill, all right?
Don has so many assignments for Chris.
There's a lot.
And Chris is, looks like he's hearing them all for the first time. Every time it comes up. Because you only have to see Don about once a week or so, right?
Yeah, if that, really.
But he still expects the work to get done. Where you feel like you've got a week or 2 weeks off. You know what I mean? You're like fucking Tom Sawyer floating down the goddamn Mississippi.
You got that behind me. Looks like it's easy fucking, I don't know, swimming?
What? Easy swimming?
Easy swimming. What do you think swimming is easy? For him, swimming is the same as spacewalk. It's just something he doesn't have any fucking idea how it works.
He has no idea how one would move through water without death.
It can be done. It can be done. Because he's thrown a rock in the water and seeing that go to the bottom.
According to my notes.
Here's what I love about this.
Yeah.
Jen didn't pick you.
I do love that too.
I see how it is now.
But it took you to now? To see that?
Yeah.
That's another big part of your problem.
Is it because I fart in the office? Is that it? Sometimes.
Come on, dude.
Just even saying that is disgusting for an adult to say.
Just saying that makes me feel like you deserve to be fart knifed.
So you going down Sunday and come back Sunday?
I think so, yeah.
I don't know what I'm going to do yet. Is it Monday night that we have our street jokes?
Correct.
I think it's going to work.
I think it's going to be fun. I don't know what's going to happen, but I wouldn't want to miss it.
Here's somebody I know I can always talk to. Hey, Johnny.
Yeah. Benningtons.
Hey, Johnny.
Yeah.
Johnny, we were just in a meeting when your name came up today.
Uh-oh.
Don's already wants us to start planning the big Thanksgiving show.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Early.
Because he wants this one to be fantastic.
I think the last one was pretty fucking good.
Yeah, it was real good. But
fuck.
It was actually one of the funnest nights of the year. And then the one before that was definitely the funnest night of the year. Every time we're with Johnny, it's the funnest night of the year.
It's our best day.
Now, here's the thing though. It's the Thanksgiving show, and soon I'm supposed to talk to Robbie Robinson. Now, here's my idea. What if we fly Robbie in, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we perform all the songs from the last waltz, but we're doing it, all right? You're doing Coyote.
Great.
With Joni Mitchell.
Love it.
I'm obviously doing Caravan, right?
Yes. Will you dress?
I will dress
in full garb?
exactly like him. Chris,
Yes.
you make sure the turkeys get out. Jen, we'll probably have you do Evangeline, what is her name? Emmylou Harris.
Emmylou Harris, yeah.
What can we do with Vito? Manish Boy?
I think he could pull that off.
Marty Waters, Manish Boy?
Whatever you guys want me to do, I'm down for.
Or you could do the Neil Diamond Dry Your Eyes. Wait, I could bring in Anthony Cumia for that one.
Great. This is coming together already.
Greg Stone can just come in and do like a Rolling Stone, but with like Greg Stone. So you writing all this down, Johnny? I want this to work perfect.
I got notes. Yep, I got notes.
And
like
Chris,
a
you know
Greg
where the
Stone.
turkey's supposed to go, right?
I'll talk to Johnny about the turkey.
You know what?
Yes.
Family style again.
If we do this on a Thursday, you might be off that night.
Oh,
so
I mean,
I'll bring in a temp.
Yeah.
Here's what I'll do. I'll bring in a temp. I'll have them do 5 shots, and I'll give them fucking 2 shotgun blasts, and then see if they don't get the same amount of work done.
You don't really need him. I'll be there. Don't worry.
No, you're the best, Johnny. You were even talking about coming out and producing some of our club shows.
The offer is there.
Maybe we should take him to Moondance and do all the stuff that Chris won't do. If we're going to do Comedy 101 at Moondance.
I will be at Moon Tower, and I will be producing those shows.
Moondance, dude. This is the
Moondance.
fucking Van Morrison thing.
Moon dance.
It's you think it's a marvelous night for a moon tower. That's fucking crazy.
Get your mind out of the moon tower, dude.
All right, Moon
And
Dance.
into the moon dance.
Got it.
You're not part of this, Chris.
Just please.
It was up to Jen. Jen picked.
Jen, you fucked me over.
Why wouldn't she?
Yeah.
You haven't spent a minute of just Jen time for yourself since she's been here.
Have you really got to know
Have you
Jen?
taken her out to lunch one
I
day?
haven't taken her out to lunch.
No.
We went to Seth Meyers together. We bonded there.
What? This has never even got brought up once on the air.
We did go to Seth Meyers together, yes. Last week.
That was your tickets,
That
Gail?
was my tickets.
Thanks to Gail Bennington.
And I can't. Just say Gail. It's fine.
Gail Bennington.
I know. I know who I am.
As do we.
Did you guys have fun? Did you guys enjoy it?
Oh, it was fantastic.
Why didn't you share it on the air?
Should have. I was
Did
my
you
fault.
thank anybody?
Thank you to Wally, of course, who actually brought us to the set of Saturday Night Live afterwards.
Just Wally. None of this stuff does
Oh my
he say.
God.
None of it do you write up for the iBang.
I didn't know that
It's insane.
I didn't know that you guys went on the set. That's so
He brought
cool.
us backstage. Yeah, it was amazing. Thank you, Wally, the cue card guy.
Seems like he's trying to keep it quiet for some reason.
I know, like Bronx Johnny did something with him.
Mm-hmm.
Was it excited for you, Jen?
So exciting.
Who else went?
Connor.
No Vito?
No Vito.
Why not you, Vito?
I wanted to give Connor my ticket.
Chris?
Yes.
Why didn't you give your ticket to Vito then?
Because I wanted to go see Seth Meyers.
But why wouldn't you have said, "Oh, I'll make this for the show. I'll have a corresponding thing with the iBang." This would have been a very interesting story.
I fucked up. I should have. I was being selfish. Is what happened.
All right. Anyway, Johnny, you caught him in a lie. Why did you call today?
Just to see what's going on with my favorite radio folk.
First of all, you say favorite, but we know it's still Eddie Trunk.
That is the truth. You don't have to lie.
No, he actually called me out on that the other day, but we won't get into that.
What did he say?
He was upset because I think I said I was listening to your show while his show was on. And I was like,
why don't you come in sometime and me and you will go on his show together from 2 to 3?
That'd be awesome.
All right, let's do that. We'll talk metal, overrated metal bands. All right?
Easy topic.
I'm sure he'll love that. I've got Kiss, Sabbath. I'm throwing in Led Zeppelin.
I got AC/DC.
Metallica?
Really? You thought that they're overrated?
Well, their lyrics are so good.
Yeah, but they don't work hard on that.
That's not the most important thing.
Yeah. The scream is the most important thing. The
they got
lick.
that.
They do have the lick. I will tell you this. When I used to do those naughty nighty contests, if you come out to an AC/DC song, the chances are that the audience would cheer you and vote for you to win the $500.
Really?
Every fucking time. You Shook Me All Night Long was like saying, I want $500. I'm not even making that up. The place would go fucking crazy. So much that I'm like, yeah, she's beautiful. I agree with everyone.
I'm on your side.
She did knock me out with her American thighs. Chris, I really feel let down about not telling us about any of that.
I apologize. I should have been more vocal.
I thought you would get around to apologizing for Christmas, but it's for this. That's interesting. All right, Johnny, I got to go to break.
You guys have a good break.
But we're already talking about Thanksgiving. It's going to be great.
I love Thanksgiving.
Peace.
Later.
Bye, Danny.
Welcome back to Bennington.
Thank you so much.
Oh, gosh. What a warm welcome.
Paul Morrissey's in studio.
Yay!
Wait a minute. Don't you do an impression of him, Chris?
I'm Paul Morrissey.
Nothing like him.
Why is it that Chris's idea of an impression is just try to do an impression I did way worse? That's his idea.
Way better. Paul.
So that was you first?
Originally, I said, I'm Paul Morrissey, because that's the way he delivered it.
I'm Paul Morrissey.
But why do you do that? Why can't you get your own thing?
It's like...
I improved Gail's impression. That's the thing.
That isn't an original thing to improve upon. You've got to get your own. You can't steal someone's material on stage and go, yeah, but I do it so much better.
You just Dana Carvey that Morrissey impression.
Yeah. You wait until Dana Carvey cracks it, and then you jump on. That's how I learned to do a Christopher Walken. I saw someone else do it.
Paul will be co-hosting. Come to Papa live at the Village Underground tonight at 8 p.m.
Sweet.
Go to ComedyCellar.com for tickets. And he's performing at Carnegie Hall tomorrow night. Go to paulhasawebsite.com.
Was that Vito? I think Vito did that information. That was wrong.
That's not true?
He screwed up another one. I don't know what the hell's going on, Vito.
Vito, this is it. Get your stuff. You're out of here.
Carnegie Hall? I mean, are you making fun of my career, or what's the deal?
I thought you were performing at Carnegie Hall tomorrow.
Can I tell you something? Come to Papa as plenty. That's plenty.
It's a big deal.
Yeah.
Comedy Cellar.
Yeah, it's a fantastic room. It's one of the great rooms.
And Vito's he's gotta take the steam out of my sails.
Now, what's happening with Come to Papa? Because you guys do, I don't know, when you take it out like this, what all goes down?
Well, he used to do the live, like basically a radio show, like a Pray Your Home Companion, but with stand-up sets in the middle. And then we started doing just a regular podcast like every Tuesday with me and Tom. So we still do both of these. So tonight I'm not co-hosting it, so Chris screwed that one up too.
Right.
Tom will host it and then do like sketches, and then there's a bunch of myself, Judy Gold, John Fish, I forget who else. Oh, Melissa Villaseñor from Saturday Night Live. So
sweet.
Cool.
Yeah, so that would be cool.
I love her too, man. She's coming
great.
on Gangbusters.
Yeah, she's like, now, is this her first season?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, she's really killing it.
And she has like 1 million impressions too, like that they haven't done yet. So I'm just waiting. Like she's only shown like a few of them so far. Yeah, she's got some really.
Well,
good
let her know that I'm celebrating my 40th anniversary of watching Saturday Night Live. So it's kind of a big year, big exciting year. Didn't watch it much the first year. I didn't care for it.
Really? Is that true?
No. What I actually used to do, and I remember doing this, is having the show on, we'd be at a party, and then a band would come on, and we would turn up the music, and then when the band was off, we'd turn the music back down. And we did that for years.
Whoa, that's crazy. So
I probably did that right up until Animal House, and I'm like, man, this guy's funny. What fucking show's he from? I saw Animal House and Meatballs. I'm like, I gotta watch these dudes.
I love it's a live performance show with just like 2 sets in it. And you're like, that's enough.
Yeah, that's plenty. But the show was always on at parties. But nobody, wanted to hear it because we were all music people.
That was the only thing on like past midnight that was like a live program, right? Everything was just either off the air or...
Still though, right? I mean, still to this day, it's unique. I don't know about like even the talk shows on Fridays. Most of them record on Thursday and then replay.
They do. Yeah. I think that most of the late night shows do like a double Thursday.
Yeah, they'll do like 2 on Thursday or no Monday. I think Conan like skips Mondays or something. But yeah, they always tried to like keep the week shorter somehow.
I'm going to start doing that. We're going to record every Thursday. We're going to do a double show, and then we'll have a 3-day weekend.
I just saw the light bulb go off. Right?
Yeah. Or what's this? If Monday and Tuesday we record double shows,
okay,
we can get it down to a 3-day week. Now, hopefully, a 9/11 won't happen during the show, but I'm hoping that anyway.
Right.
Even if we're here. If we're here, turn us off and go to the news.
I mean, that's worst case scenario.
Yeah.
That would screw up your show and most of the city.
I think that if we just planned to just have like a little drop, they were like, oh my God, the news. This is terrible.
Turn on the news, everyone. This is scary.
And then we'll say, feel free to move over to the news. But if not, we'll talk about some fun topics.
Or come to Papa.
Yeah. And you have more time to paint. You can paint Thursday and Friday. I didn't realize it was so lucrative for you.
I sold one painting for $25,000. One painting went for an amazing, and I only used black and white. At no point was it catching on.
No.
I just wanted to see how long Joe was going to let you go.
Yeah.
Like, he's been in LA too long. That's usually what the conversation next to you at lunch.
Oh, yeah.
Is like, I always like the guy that doesn't take the wind out of your sails. Like you have some crazy idea. Like, that Siegfried and Roy? We should go do that. We should do that. There's a big missing marketing thing with guys and tigers. People go see that stuff. There's a whole market that we're not exploring. Yeah.
Be like that guy, be like, yeah, that'd be fantastic.
Oh my God, that's a great idea.
Puff, you guys are doing a lion now. Let's do it.
He just went with you all the way.
Yeah, man, he was right there. Well, he bought into the scarf thing and it just went on. I mean, there was no stopping him. Because you know why I think that he was so agreeable? Because he was thinking his own stuff. He's like, I'm getting to ask questions. I wonder what the next question will ask.
Right.
He was doing that.
But he was so supportive. Everything was like, that's so great. That's so great. It was like
fantastic.
A Fallon interview. Like,
yeah,
he was just very pushing you along.
Woo, you're probably the best painter ever.
A Fallon interview. Great. He loves everything.
I like when he said, we should paint together. Like, well, it's not like jamming. Not like the music is going to sound better. Here, use some of my mint green.
You do the flowers, I do the vase. That's how it works.
Wow, that actually could be a nice fucking, nice name for the album. If you do the flowers, I'll do the vase. What is it, Chris?
Paul Morrissey's in studio.
Do you have any of the correct information now?
Now I do. Paul's part of Come to Papa Live at the Village Underground tonight at 8 p.m. with Judy Gold, Joe DeRosa, Johnny Fish, and Greer Barnes. For tickets, go
Greer Barnes. I can't follow Greer Barnes.
For tickets, go to ComedyCellar.com. And for all Paul's additional dates, go to paulhasawebsite.com.
Sweet.
That was pretty good.
Thanks, Paul.
So you're doing a sketch or you're doing stand-up?
I'm doing stand-up, and I'll probably be in a sketch. And, should be.
Are you comfortable in sketches?
As myself. I'll play myself.
What if I was in a wacky world?
Right. The name of the sketch I wrote is At Home with Paul Morrissey. Now, you and Ari used to live together, correct?
I used to stay here when at his place, and we traveled to a couple different countries together, and Yeah,
no one's
pal
heard,
around.
No one's heard from him for quite some time.
Well, he needed some time away, and that's all right, I guess. Right? Are you worried? Is that why?
It's not that I'm worried, but several people have come to me and said, "I'm concerned. It's been 7 weeks since I've heard from Ari. I've heard that from 2 different people, and one of them is not a person who is a normal worrier."
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is it a person that would be making money off of Ari somehow?
No. It's big.
Because those are the people that are really worried.
So you think he's fine?
He's okay. Yeah. I think the first visual sign was he was in Hong Kong maybe or something. Yeah. He was at like a monument, and like 2 people took a picture with him. But
that is fucking hilarious.
Oh my
I got to
God.
see it on someone else's Instagram.
We're gonna have to follow.
This is the greatest clues. Story. Yes. I want to see that picture and go over it to make sure it's not just another Orthodox Jew.
We need to like Carmen Sandiego this shit.
No, I didn't see that. Is that the team that's replacing the Chargers?
You never know where he is. That was the big hit by, what was that group? Rockapella. They did the Where in the World is Carmen. You definitely watched that show.
I definitely did, yeah.
Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? We even had the video game, remember? It was fucking terrible.
I think I had that too. Yeah, that was one of the worst early video games.
Yeah.
It's really bad.
And it was tied for worst with all the other early video games.
E.T.
They say E.T. was the biggest flop video game of all time, and that there is mountains of just stacks of unsold ones that they put into Mexico.
Mexico. Yeah, Mexico landfills.
They had the whole documentary on it. Did you watch it?
Rockumentary. Because it was about music as well.
The music in the video game.
I just like the fact that it was like one of those games everyone pre-ordered for Christmas. And they got it, and then everyone sent it back. That's why it lost money.
If you are young, and I'm pointing at you when I say this, Jen. Pay attention, Jen. You have no idea how much we love DT as a nation. Like, where Trump is now was being talked about, that's where E.T. was in 1982 and 1983. People just talked about E.T. all the time.
But seriously, guys, E.T. exists.
Ouch. We go like this at each other. Ouch.
I still eat Reese's Pieces because of it.
Like, that was like that generation's My Wife, where everyone was just doing ouch.
My wife. Actually, I did both. I was here for both.
Oh, to live through that time.
It doesn't mean I have to get rid of E.T. to go, my wife. My wife.
Menace. I hope that comes back. Let's bring it back, guys. Just everyone constantly doing
I have no problem with that. Let's do a Borat show where we all use Borat.
Oh my
voices.
God, a Borat off where it's like you dual impressions of
Well, that was
Borat.
yours, right, Chris? You were the big Borat fan?
Yeah. My wife's Virgin, right?
Why did you say right?
Why does he do this for every impression? I wish you, the listener,
He
could
also
see this
breaks
weird
in the middle of his impression and says right.
It's so strange. But he T-Rexes his arms
that's
for
what
everyone.
Right?
This is like, what does that mean?
It's just right again. Nice. Why do you do that?
My wife's Virgin, like a sleeve of wizard, right? That's the shit. That's the point.
Why do you keep jumping out of it? Stop saying right. That's it.
He still has the big bopper headphones, though. He's got it.
Yeah.
It's a good look.
They can't reach around his head.
Nope.
So everything gets stretched out.
Ew.
You know, he's killing on Tinder, dude.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's killing on it.
Yeah.
How's the, what's
the account?
I think since the beginning of the year, 5 women?
5 women you've had sex with?
Yes. Or we count oral sex?
Yeah, I always count oral sex.
Okay.
I'm not fucking Bill Clinton.
I think we should 0.5 it.
0.5?
4.5 then for the oral.
Look, I don't think women know this, but most of the time we'd rather just have oral sex and get out of it.
That's true.
Or if you want to keep my name off the list, just go straight oral sex. I'm my wife.
My wife, right?
No, stop with those hands.
No, now I'm doing as bored. Right?
That's not your Tinder profile with that.
Oh,
No.
no.
Would you make that your Tinder profile?
I can't, man. No, I'm not going to do this.
Very nice.
I really love Borat. Hope you do too.
But that is your number one interest.
And then your pictures in that Borat bathing suit.
Just say like Borat and everything related to Borat. Borat's my spirit animal.
That's it. That's
what do you have for your profile?
Here, let me show you.
For some reason, it has Gattaca as his favorite thing. I mean, I think Borat is smarter.
It's not bad.
It's
but...
shit, lady.
Let me see. Let me see.
He said lady. That's what he refers to all his Tinder ladies.
A lot of people get jaded, like they use it so much that it just becomes like a video game they're sick of. Like they just because you even see everyone puts this, like all the women put the "I'm fluent in sarcasm" line.
They all love adventures, wine, and pizza.
Oh my god, are you so much thinner and cuter in this picture?
Yeah, much thinner. I put on some weight since that picture.
I mean, this is the thing that Vito gets really upset at, is that he says that Chris lies to his Tinder dates because it's a very flattering photo and there's no body shots. And Vito says, if you're a big fella, you should have to put a body shot.
And yet he says that, and yet Chris has gotten 5 since the start of the year. And multiples.
Yes.
Multiple.
One
you banged, 26 times?
26 times.
What?
and then I got this other girl just sending me pictures of her dancing in her fucking bathroom.
Yeah, but that's not. No.
How about this?
Go to Pornhub and get that.
I'll go right now.
This is original content, Ron.
You want to see DP, I'll bring it up. You know what I mean?
I guarantee you as many people have seen that video of her. All right, this is what Chris writes. I like Tom Waits and Scotch.
It's cool.
But I'm not limited to that.
Lame.
Also cats.
I like cats.
I work on the radio. It's a weird job. And I'm 6'1", since people seem to like to throw that out there.
We don't care.
What isn't there to like?
Right.
And then there's a picture of him next to Jackie Gleason, as if he's a modern-day Jackie Gleason. Now,
they're like, how old is this guy?
You look the same, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of all the years, I've worked with you for 8 years. We've never once said, this dude looks like Jackie Gleason.
Never.
It's the one picture, because my hair is like fucking done up like Gleason's in that picture. That's it. It's
on
just the one
purpose?
picture. No, not on purpose. So someone just noticed it.
I do have a little bit of a challenge though, because every time I go from here to here, I see a silhouette of Vito with the same type of beard and the same, I will say, maybe nicer hair than Chris.
Bullshit.
I'll say
Paul.
1 week you use Vito's picture for your profile picture instead of yours and see what the difference is of the ladies. Whether it goes, or if people are disappointed when they see you.
They won't recognize. They'll just be like, this is exactly what I signed up for.
By the way, look at how he tries to look like Dave Grohl in this picture.
Yeah.
Which one's that?
You look like lumpy Dave Grohl. It is a great Dave Grohl picture, but you don't make this expression.
I've never seen you make that face.
I've never seen I don't even know why I was fucking looking
because
like
Dave Grohl walked by. Now he has this nutty picture of himself.
No, I don't like it.
I look like a coke
You
dealer.
look like a fucking bro.
Coke dealers try to look fucking cool.
You look like a bro in that picture.
Are you telling me white blue blockers aren't cool?
You look like you just closed on a water ski and you fucking feel good about it. This Dave Grohl thing weirds me out, though.
He does look like
That was a more recent picture, too.
What about
an
an active? You got an active, like, white person, a sport, like snowboarding or anything like that?
I'm not an outdoorsy guy, Paul.
You show yourself kicking field goals or something?
No.
Is this you when you went to the hospital?
It was the day after I got out of the hospital, yeah. When we were on the air. When
I thought you looked thin in that picture.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Maybe all the
But not a single chest hair.
No, I'm very hairless. Not a hairy guy.
You don't have to show us.
Yeah, I believe you.
Like we challenged it.
It's like
here you are
white.
tucking into $1 bills. Why is that?
I think I was on Periscope, and I was part of the International Baller Society.
And I would say for in any format that you're zooming in too close. That's the
Look, you can bust my balls all you want, but it's working.
Just stop screaming,
right? You don't yell at the guests.
Fucking guests.
that you can tell if you got cavities in that picture. That's how close.
Look, you're not in the position where you can start screaming at guys. You know what I mean?
I love Paul Morris.
Tinder's giving him confidence, man.
Yeah, it has.
Oh yeah, it's made him real cocky.
Look, I apologize, Paul. Paul Morris is in studio. He's going to be performing.
Now you're saying this very quietly instead of nice and loud.
He's going to be performing at Come to Papa.
You never say he in the radio.
Paul Morrissey's in studio. Paul's performing.
You said he again.
Paul Morrissey's in studio. Paul's performing at Come to Papa Live tonight at the Village Underground at 8 p.m. along with Judy Gold, Joe DeRosa, Johnny Fish, and Greer Barnes. Go to ComedyCellar.com for tickets.
It's a really fucking good show.
Yeah, it's great.
It's a really good show.
That's the one we've done it like in LA. We've had Matt Damon come on and do sketches and Allison Hannigan. And people think they're just people doing impressions of their voices because it's a radio show. So it's like we say we're having Matt Damon, like, yeah, Jimmy Kimmel says that too. Yeah, whatever.
We have Matt Damon here. Yeah. That guy's good. The guy doing Matt Damon is amazing.
He's spot on. Or they say he's not very good. He doesn't sound like Matt Damon.
I say there's two kinds of people in this country. You're a Matt Damon guy or you're a Ben Affleck guy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Gail, where are you going?
Matt Damon.
Chris?
Damon,
yeah.
Wow, Jen?
Ben Affleck.
What?
That's one. Vito?
I love Ben Affleck.
And I'm a Matt Damon guy.
Look, it's like this glass divides.
Yeah. This glass divides us.
This is like the wall.
And they're also the true millennials of the show, even though you all fit into millennials.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone here but me is a millennial. But they love Batman. It's all for Batman. That's the only film that they know by him.
I would say Argo was the only one that I liked them recently.
The Town was great.
We're going back.
You want us to start to run through Matt Damon things?
No, I know. Like,
seriously.
We go like shot for shot. He's going to kind of blow away Ben.
Thank you.
But I like Ben's comeback.
What's that, Batman?
No, he kind of threw it away with Batman.
Well, what was his comeback? Argo?
Yeah, he had that streak with Argo, The Town, and then Gone Girl, and then he just like started.
You're talking about him as a director. We're talking about him as a person. Okay?
Who do you like better as a human man?
Which one of them left J-Lo behind? Jenny and the Block.
So we're going to stick with Big
I don't know who left too, to tell you the truth. I never know. Now, in the
so hard for those people.
In the Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, who was the lever and who was the left?
Jolie left. Brad
had left.
Yeah,
Months
exactly.
before. He decided to sit on the couch and get drunk and high until she took the kids away.
Exactly.
That's what I call the Ronnie B.
He did a Harry Nielsen summer.
Smart idea.
John Lennon.
Yeah.
Well, he kept working though. That was the whole thing. Like, I never knew how many movies Brad Pitt did until I looked at like the top 100.
Yeah.
And he's in a bunch of them. And like, you just don't think of stuff as like Brad Pitt movies.
All right, give me one like that.
Inglourious Bastards.
It's a Brad Pitt.
Yeah. Now I'm blanking again.
Well, he was in that 12 Years a Slave or something too for a Heartbeat, you know?
Right.
And I think he produced it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does work. Burn After Reading he was in, which you don't think of as a Brad Pitt film.
He was in, I think, a World War II like tank movie, Fury?
Yeah. World War Z, he was like
he was in World War Z.
Movie. Like, I didn't realize he did so many.
World War Z, was it me and you, Chris, walking? It was me and somebody. We were coming back from that diner that used to be over there, and a car pulled up, and Brad Pitt jumped out, and all the people were going crazy. And he jumped up on top of the car and was just like, yeah, everybody, World War Z's coming out today. And we were like, man, that fucking dude looks like a movie star. You know what I mean? Like, we worked around a lot of famous people come in and out of here, but just his fucking hair was shining and he looked like he had landed from another planet. He was like crazy attractive. And we went, movie star, right there. There's a movie star. And in the meantime, here's Ben Affleck and walking along. Look at me! I'm not an animal. Ben Affleck or Brad Pitt, Jen? You got to pick right now.
Ben Affleck.
What?
Over Brad Pitt? That's the dumbest thing I ever heard in my life.
That is actually...
Because I'll leave Damon behind for Pitt. Gladly.
Whoa.
I'll leave my family behind. All 3 generations will never hear from me again. And I'll be living in the islands with Brad.
Not a gay thing, just to hang out. You know? I just leave my family just to hang out with
someone
Brad Pitt.
to smoke weed with. That's all I'm really looking for, is someone to smoke weed with.
I think of all the things that makes him, like, has that that movie star look that he has.
Yeah.
I think it's 90% that jawline. Like, he has like a ridiculous, like a cartoon jawline of somebody that should be attractive.
But Chris has 2 jawlines. And it doesn't seem to be working for him.
Double good.
It doesn't work like that. You can't double down on jaws.
Bullshit.
But yeah, I think it was top 100. I ended up hitting 3 Brad Pitt movies, like Fight Club, Inglourious Bastards, and Snatch, like right in a row. And I was like, wow, I didn't realize he was in so many movies.
And this is like the favorite.
I think
best.
IMDb like top 100 or something.
I would have put 7.
Yes.
I would also put 12 Monkeys up there very high.
And he's so good in that.
He's unbelievable in both those movies.
Legend of the Fall, his hair is gorgeous.
Well, Legends of the Fall.
I would agree.
Is where his beauty really popped out. But what is that Montana fishing movie about the same time?
A river runs through it.
Yeah, he's crazy good looking in that.
He's so, I mean, that's also him at that like peak young Robert Redford look where you're like, oh my God, they're the same person.
Here's the funny thing. He has that movie where that he looks like Robert Redford. Then he has other movies that he looks like Paul Newman.
Right.
It's like he is Redford and Newman.
Together.
Put together in one salad dressing. And it's, I mean, movie stars are hard to come by these days. There's very few movie stars that can open movies because they're in it. And it's like, you can be a great actor and not be a movie star, not like a big movie star.
Right. It's almost like a different thing in itself. It's like,
I'll say this, there's more great actors than there are great movie stars. Like, you can run in a lot of great actors, but Tom Cruise has held this for 30 fucking years.
Right.
yeah.
And not anyone ever says, oh, he's a great actor. But we all agree he's a great movie star.
Yeah, and they've spanned, like, he's had from Risky Business to...
Like the Kid, yeah, he was the Kid.
Jerry Maguire. I don't know, what was his last good movie, though? I'm trying to think of...
I'd have to go back to Risky Business. I mean, there's not a lot of...
I was trying to get your case, right?
You would not... No, here's what I said. It's not so much like, oh, I want to watch his movies, but you don't turn off his movies.
Yeah, they're...
Like, I've come across his movies, Mission Impossible, and we go, oh, I'm leaving this on.
Yeah, not good, but he's in a ton of watchable movies where you're like, oh, this isn't atrocious.
Yeah. I don't know how he does it.
That's such a today, that's the greatest compliment we give something that's watchable. That's how jaded we are now. It's
terribly
like,
watchable.
we would watch it.
Literally stoppable, where you go, I can put this down, I can put this remote down and relax for a few moments.
Yeah, I saw the new one, the Wall, and that's just like they've used every device to keep your attention. Like it's like every like flying animals and trapeze. Like it's like the circus and every like movie trick.
Do you see a lot of movies?
Matt Damon, yeah.
Do you see a lot of movies on the road because you're on the road?
Yeah,
you kill a couple hours.
Yeah, but I love movies, and you got me into documentaries when you guys first started talking about The Last Waltz, and I've tried to see almost every documentary that I can see.
Well, now with Netflix,
I
mean, there's more. I can't even keep up with documentaries.
I know.
They used to be rare.
They have such a good amount of like almost every documentary you can find on Netflix. Like it's like very rare that you're like, oh, why don't they have that? Like their documentary library is insane.
Yeah, what was your pick? Have you seen anything really good this year, or what's your pick for movies so far?
My favorite movie of the year, I'm gonna say Hell or High Water is my favorite movie.
Oh, really? Okay,
yeah,
that's one of the ones I didn't see.
Yeah, I just thought it was a really good, what I would consider like a movie that could have been made in any decade.
Yeah, that's what I thought about Lion. I saw that just recently, and I thought it was awesome. Like, I thought it was really great.
Chris, what's your movie of the year?
Moonlight. Moonlight's the movie of the year.
You loved it?
It was good, yeah.
What did you like about it? The way
that Bruce Willis and
yes, he went to moonlighting. Do you like the way it reflects off the sun reflects off of it?
That's my favorite part. The lights in the evening.
Chris, did you see the movie?
Nope, I haven't seen one.
Then why would you say that? Why wouldn't you be a goddamn stand-up guy? All right, we're not a bunch of Joe DeRosas that can sit around and be lied to. Gail, yours, Arrival?
I mean, right now, yeah, I just saw Arrival, so that's like fresh in my mind. I loved Hell or High Water.
That is the only movie I'm angry at. You know how like something's so bad that it makes you like that.
You were furious with
that. I hate that. That seems like a movie that was. They made it in an office. Like that was
really.
It's basically like I think they had the Law and Order set. Like they just had the window and like the interrogation room, and they decided to make an alien movie just with that.
No, it was really funny. It was like an interrogation room.
It was.
And she got real close to the glass. It was like her playing a lawyer. It was just really...
Jen, did you see any movies this year you really liked?
Hidden Figures.
Yes, that was great, too.
I really want to see it. I've got to see it before the Oscars.
Well, it just went over 100 million. Quietly went over 100 million. Yeah.
I thought it was like a broad movie, like after I saw it, but it was just one of those. I think we watched Manchester by the Sea.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, that could have ended about 45 minutes ago. Like, did you see that or no?
I'm going to see that tonight.
Okay. All right.
I'm trying to completely catch up.
Just watch the first hour.
Look, I've already gotten by telling people I have seen it for quite some time. I'm still telling people I saw Creed. I'm that far into treating the world like they're my DeRosa. Vito, you go to a lot of movies, or at least you used to, right?
Yeah.
What's your movie of the year?
My movie of the year this year is probably Fences.
Really?
Yeah.
That's I don't know. I like August Wilson, but that's a tough move.
Yeah.
Like to ram a play in there is like a lot.
And they said
talking.
they basically just filmed the play.
Yeah.
They just they just pointed at this. But by the way, that's a legitimate movie star. In that movie.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have him, that movie doesn't get made.
Right. Yeah, that's a lot of talking. That's why I liked Lion, because like the first hour, I think there's no talking or it's all subtitles, and it was still like amazing to watch, so just to follow it.
I was watching American Gangster before I came in. Now, this is a movie about, 10 years old or something?
It's 5 or 6.
Doesn't even make Denzel's top 10 list. And it's he's so good in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's better than the whole movie. And that's when you're like an actual movie star. Where you're like, this is a little bit silly, but that fucking guy, is something.
Yeah, there's only 2 movies that like there were great people that did bad. Like The Arrival was one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Just seemed like they got everyone.
I liked Arrival.
You did?
Yeah.
I just didn't. The story. Was
I liked
just,
the
like,
linguistic part of the story.
Yeah,
me too.
More than the swerve. I like the thing of. And I'm not giving the movie away to anybody that hasn't seen it, and plus it's already on demand. But there's an arrival of aliens, right?
Okay.
And we need to talk with them, and they go out and check with different people who understand linguistics, so we can just find a common language. And most movies act like that's an easy thing to do.
Right. And I love that that's like, it's like how many alien movies where you're just like following one character. I just thought it was a really unique idea to take it on from that perspective.
Chris, if you had to be the person, there's an alien sitting there, how would you try to communicate?
With words and hands.
Like, so give me an example. I'm the alien.
I was like, hello, I'm Chris. Chris, Earth. What do you got?
How fast before Chris would do this? Beer. Weed.
Liquor.
Drinky beer. Smoky weed.
Try.
Great, Chris. Now they think drinky and smoky are words.
Shotgun.
I don't know. I just think that movie was a front for something, because whatever that movie cost, they didn't spend. It was just like
really hated it.
They had like those,
see a lot on the screen.
Those silver helium balloons were the aliens. Then they had an airlift from a high school, just that janitors used.
You like to see your money spent.
You know what?
I give them credit for that. Where's the money?
I think that the budget should be in the credits at the end of the movie.
That would be a
the
great
breakdown of what they spent on everything.
That would be a great idea.
If this way Paul could decide if he feels like they...
I heard the airlift was an improv. They were just like, hey, we need to make this look like we're going all the way up to space.
We got to move a little bit in this. Now, it's not a great year for movies. I think we all agree with that, right?
Yeah, I would agree. It's not a stellar year.
It's not a great year for movies. Not a great year for music. It is a great year for presidents, though.
Yeah, it's going
We're
well.
making America great again.
Well for presidents.
Isn't that weird, though? Like, you expect, when you look at a movie, you want to think to yourself, oh, I couldn't have come up with that. By the way, I am in the process of writing a movie called Kid Killer. It's a horror movie.
That's what I heard. I heard it's got legs, little tiny kid legs.
Yeah, it's got
running.
It's going to start with those legs. Those legs are getting cut off piece by piece. You know? And I just felt like when you open a bread box and you see a torso, baby torso in there. Because don't think babies aren't being murdered in this movie. They will be.
Well, I'm trying to figure out, is it adults or is it kids like in an adult world like Bugsy Malone? It's just all kids. We could do like a Miller's Crossing for kids. You know,
what I want is negligent parents, right? Okay. So there's times, right, where the parents should be paying attention, but they're not. Like in the neighborhood I grew up in. You kids go out. Go out and play. I'll see you later tonight.
Yeah, that's why nobody drowned in pools when we were kids, because you weren't allowed to stay at home. You had to just be out somewhere.
We drowned in rivers and lakes.
Yeah, creeks. Somebody always got hurt in the creek.
Face down. Because you wanted to find crawfish. Do you think a kid would go and just walk miles through a creek anymore? Do you think that even happens? Because we would head to it and then just keep walking as far as we possibly could, either in it or next to it.
Yeah, I feel like they're all blocked now. Like, you can't even get access to, like, if you wanted to go to, like, a pond or something.
No. If you even see kids without parents, don't you think, where's their parents?
Oh, yeah. I don't know if that's just because we live in the city, but it does freak me out. When I see somebody who I'm like, oh, that's a very small child.
I think you're more likely to see a kid on their own in the city than you are at a mall or out in the suburbs. Out in the suburbs, it's like driving through the quietest, non-existent place you've ever seen now.
Right.
Yeah, if you see a kid by themselves, like in a mall in the suburbs, it's like the Johnny Knoxville movie they're filming. Like you're going to set up for something. Some kid's going to start saying stuff to you.
I think the way they have their parents, I'm like, when do they smoke? You know? One of those kids, because that was the whole point. You know? Let's stand behind here and smoke.
Yeah, that's the funny thing about how parents all want to be around their kids all the time now. Because even my friends will be like, I want my kids to see me when they come home from school every day. And I'm like, the kids are walking like, oh shit, my mom's home. Let's go to your house.
Yeah, right. That's true. It's the last thing you want to do, see your parents. First of all, I want to get into some cartoons a little bit, try to bring the day down a little. You know, I was just in school, yeah.
Erase the browser history a little bit.
Let me decompress.
Last thing I want to hear is whether or not I have homework tonight. Because I'm telling you no. They're not giving any. I don't know. They're crazy there.
Really weird.
She said we did it in school. She's a drunk, though.
Paul Morrissey's in studio.
That's
Paul's performing Come to Papa live at the Village Underground tonight at 8 p.m. with Judy Gold, Joe DeRosa, Johnny Fish, and Greer Barnes. For tickets, go to ComedyCellar.com. And for all of Paul's dates, go to PaulHasAWebsite.com.
How do you guys work the sketches in and out of the stand-up?
Basically Tom will just do a sketch and then we got music. There's always like a trio that plays. It's pretty cool. And then Tom will introduce.
Do you have to be off book? Do you have to know the sketch?
No, you don't. No.
So you can sit there with your copy.
There's supposed to be a rehearsal, but as you know, comedians.
Yes.
If you tell Jim Jeffries to memorize the script, it usually.
I went to see it once at the Underground, and I thought it was like a very classy look. Like everyone comes out with their like little scripts, and like.
Well, that's how they did that other show. Those guys always worked with scripts. The
Prairie Home Companion.
Yeah, the Prairie Home Companion. They would come out and work with them. Even the live reads and the stuff like that is pretty interesting.
Yeah, have you seen? They're still doing that now. They're doing like kind of a hipper version of that, and it's traveling. Like,
is that right?
Like comedian, like I think Beth Stelling just did it, and Tom did it too. But they've had like Ryan Adams and like more contemporary people, and there's a younger guy hosting it.
Fucking great idea.
Yeah, because they built up that whole fan base. So
yeah,
it's really cool to like that they keep it going.
I remember one time I was traveling by myself and doing one of those long drives, and I put that show on, and it fucking rocked me to my core.
Oh, really?
Like,
yeah.
Miss my own life right now. Family, friends. What am I doing out here? Well, I've tumbled far from my home, haven't I? You can get weird when you're out by yourself on the road.
Yeah, if you just listen to the radio like that, like that's one of those ones where I was just like, or I listened to like Phil Hendry doing some bit. I didn't know, like I was just going through some town and he said he locked himself in the studio until his boss pulled him. I was like, am I hearing things. Like, I feel like I'm going crazy now. But yeah, that Pray Your Home Companion was so like, nothing's rushed. There's no commercials. And it's just like this whole thing. It was like, wow, I want to go here. It sounds relaxing.
Sounds like a better life.
Yeah.
I've seen like movies like they'll just show like some little town in Scotland. I go, that would have been a better life than what I had. Just knowing the same people. You have a little town where everybody knows what to do. There's no worries anymore. No competition. No offense, Chris. Yeah. No Chris Stanley.
No Tinder?
Yeah. You'd be married by now, Chris.
You would.
With a brood of your own.
That's even fucking weirder.
That isn't weird. You're an adult.
That's regular.
I don't want children.
Do you feel like a child still, though? You still feel like a kid? Like, if you didn't know how old you were, right? How old would you say you were?
19, maybe.
You feel like you're 19 years old?
Do you feel like you would have finished high school if you're 19 right now?
By copying.
I mean, you're going mentally, right? You're not talking about if you looked in a mirror or anything, right?
No, physically you can't get that big by 19. That's impossible.
There's not enough years.
Jen, if you didn't know how old you were,
Yeah.
how old would you be?
I would be 21.
Really? You're older than Chris. I definitely feel like I'm in my late 90s. Everything just hurts. Everything hurts.
It's all breaking down, man.
And I can't remember anything. Like, who are you people? And why did this happen? Why are we all in here? Why are we talking into these sticks?
I got my first floater. That's how I know I'm old. You don't even know what that is, do you, Gail? It's just a dot in the middle of your eye. And just stays there until it's not.
Wait, in your vision? Like in your vision?
Yeah, it's like a piece of cartilage just floating around in your eye. And then, there's nothing they can do.
It's like the lens has gone bad, the camera lens.
What?
Yep.
What can you do to get rid of it?
Nothing.
The eye is a very, very complicated thing.
So you can see it right now?
Yeah. I play games with it. Just kind of
like bop it back and forth?
He can pretend that he's locking into people to shoot them.
Did you know that was a thing or no?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Nobody ever told me.
You thought it was a stroke when you were having it.
Yeah, I thought I had a brain cloud or something. You just see like a dot and you can't get rid of it. And so then you go to the doctors and they say floater. Like that's something that you would learn in medical school.
You should have been relieved when you heard it's just a floater.
Yeah.
Right?
But I was like, hey, I paid $100 for the copay. At least give me a word that ends in osis or something like that. So I don't feel like I'm getting ripped off.
Chris, I'm going to throw your phone up against the whole wall.
Don't.
Have I ever done anything like that? So why panic? When would I ever take something of yours and break it against the wall?
He was just diving at you.
I know.
It's because I didn't get a new goddamn phone. I can't get another one.
What? What did you say?
I just got a new phone because I fucked up the other one, and now I can't.
What kind of phone is that anyway?
This is a Samsung Galaxy S7, Ron.
Why won't you join the Apple world?
Wait, he's got the phone that explodes on planes?
Yeah.
No, those are notes. Those are notes. Those are the bigger ones. These ones don't explode, but it does get very hot at times.
Okay.
That doesn't seem
Not
safe.
good.
Not a big Apple fan. I prefer Android.
I know, but it really messes up our group chats. Like it's kind of an issue. Everybody else on this phone, on this show has the same kind.
Yeah.
Your phone messes it up.
I'm not. How's it messed up? Everyone's getting just.
I don't know. Vito explained it to me, but like you can't.
Vito's sabotaging me, right? He's lying to you.
I don't know. It's like.
Is that true?
I get texts from him like 2 days later in our group chat because he has a Droid and we all have iPhones and his phone sucks.
Gail gets all my texts when they get
No,
sent.
I don't. I definitely do not.
I got one for you the other day. It just said, Cubs win.
Holy shit. That's embarrassing.
You got the one that said, I can't believe Trump might win.
Is Trump going to do this? Is Trump going to win this, man?
It's starting to look like it.
Dude, so many texts that night were just coming to me like, could this really happen? Should I worry? And I was just like, yep, worry. Could this happen? It is happening.
It's already done. This thing is done.
Why don't you just get like an iPhone 2 or something like that, just so you can
want a goddamn iPhone?
Why?
Yeah, why don't you just get it just for the group chats
Why do you
alone?
why do you want to have the worst?
Why is Apple the best? It's just two things. They're basically the same phone, so there's different operating systems.
Except we don't get your texts at all.
I'm not.
And your phone doesn't ring up here.
Yeah,
That's service. That's because that's Sprint. That's not a Samsung. It's Sprint.
So you just combine the two worst things and
together.
Then
This is
make it worse.
This is a fucking good thing.
But why can't one human being call you and have your phone ring when you're at work?
I've never been able to call him if he is in this building. Every every time I call Chris in the morning, if I need to let him know, I call Vito or Jen, and then most of the time I'm just like, put Chris on. They have to hand him the phone.
Our guests don't know that. So we were going to have Paul McCartney. Chris didn't get back to him.
Oh my God. Paul McCartney?
Yeah. We were going to have the late Kurt Vonnegut stop in. That would have been a great show.
How'd you get that booking?
I heard Bowie came in one day.
Yeah,
and
the day before he died.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Chris.
It's Sprint. I want to blame Sprint on that.
Yeah, why don't you get Sprint because of that phone?
No, if I were to have Verizon, I get the same phone. I'm not getting an iPhone.
Can we give you a Verizon pager so then at least you'll get pages?
That would be great.
I'd love to have a pager.
Do they still sell them?
I don't know.
Why don't you leave your return number as Jen's number?
I have been giving people Jen's number and Vito's number.
As a way of saying you won't be able to reach me.
Oh, no, just this is the person to contact.
Jen's become the new go-to contact?
Mm-hmm.
Who's calling you, Jen?
I don't have anyone calling me.
Okay.
Okay, so you lied.
It's not a lie. I give people
There's a reason that she picked Vito to save from death over you.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'll just be at the bottom of the East River then.
Ew, we weren't saying in the East River.
We're not that evil.
You're definitely not getting service down there.
Why don't you plug?
Paul Morrissey's in studio. Paul will be performing as Paul's performing for Come to Papa.
Wait, just relax. Don't try to bull your way through it. Okay?
Paul Morrissey's in studio.
No, hold on.
Okay.
You fucked up, so just shake it off a little bit and get back in.
All right, okay. All right,
Yeah.
Paul Morrissey's...
Don't do it the same way every time. No, break it up.
All right. Paul Morrissey's in studio.
No, that's still saying the same thing. Like, change what you're saying.
Okay, like Paul Morrissey's hanging out with us today.
That would be a way to do it, rather than saying in studio.
Yeah. Paul Morrissey's hanging out with us. And he's part of the Come to Papa Live at the Village Underground.
Same way now. You went to automatic pilot. I felt it happen. Stay in the moment.
Okay.
I was wondering why I dropped out.
You know what? Here's what you need to do. Act like you're just thinking of that. Right
Okay.
now.
All right.
Let's get off script.
Oh, yeah.
Even though
Actually,
there's only
put it
line.
down.
Yeah.
Put it
Pass
down.
that over.
Oh, jeez.
Just put it down.
Here, take it.
All right.
Cold reading 101.
Okay.
Hey, Chris.
Yeah, Ron.
What's up with our buddy Paul Morrissey?
Oh, he has a website.
Who's he? Never say he.
Paul Morrissey has a website, .com. That's where you go to get all of his dates. Paul Morrissey has a website.
You made it sound like he has a website.
I call it .com.
Paul's a website.com. That's how you find out where his dates are, Ron, and to see where he's doing. But tonight's going to be
where he's doing.
See what he's doing.
What are you doing? Hey,
be in the moment. Just stop. You're forcing your way.
Yeah.
Okay, look at me.
Yeah.
There's got to be give and take in this, right?
Yeah, okay.
My key to great acting is great listening. That's what I always say.
Okay.
Such good advice.
Then you're not going, okay, so you can get to the next line. Like, just go off of that for a minute.
All right. Paul's at the Village Underground tonight.
Why would you say that to me, though, if we were in a conversation?
I thought you were going off what you were asking me before.
No, yes, that means that you're not listening to what I'm saying now.
Okay.
That's exactly what I'm saying now.
Okay. All right. Hey, Ron, you know what Paul Morrissey's doing tonight?
That would be no way to start.
Where are you doing? He said where he's doing again.
Yeah.
You don't say if people...
Stop putting the weird T-Rex arms up. Just stop.
And you can tell he's doing something weird with his feet because he's like moving.
What are you? Are you like tippy-tapping your little toes?
You know what? Don't deflect.
Okay.
Don't say where. We don't say where he's doing it, but anyway.
Hey, Ron, what you doing tonight?
Let's see what's doing.
Is there something you want to get together for, Chris?
Well, Paul Morrissey's going to be part of Come to Papa Live at the Village Underground tonight at 8 p.m.
Really?
Yeah, you know who else is going to be there?
You're not listening. You're forcing it, right? You would never know who else is going to be there.
Wait, Ron,
Where's he doing? Where's he doing this?
At the Village Underground.
Yeah.
8 p.m.
8 p.m.?
8 o'clock, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
ComedySeller.com for tickets.
Where else is people doing?
Greer Barnes is going to be there.
Greer Barnes!
Judy
I
Gold.
can't follow that dude. I don't know about you.
Judy Gold's going to be there?
You're forcing again.
Okay.
You didn't listen to me. You were like, oh, yeah, I love that episode of Louie. David Tell and Louie together, that was amazing.
It was awesome. Johnny Fish is going to be there.
You know how many people, you know when Rolling Stone did that fucking top 50 comedians of all time?
Mm-hmm.
The number of people who yelled, you make a fucking list like this and David Tell isn't on it?
Mm-hmm.
I go, first of all, I'm not Rolling Stone.
Yeah.
Second, it's just a list the person came up with. Doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, I mean, that was just to get people to react to it.
Yes.
It's not official. It's
not real.
It's not fact.
Was it made by a guy who wanted to, like, was a comedian?
Yeah.
Or because that Saturday Night Live thing, they would, like, do stuff like put Norm way down there on purpose. Like,
Oh yeah, who did the Saturday Night Live one?
Rob Sheffield.
Yeah, he's a friend of ours. He's come in and done the show, and I've never asked him about that list. He's a music writer normally.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was funny. Of like he put Norm and Colin and I forget everyone.
Well, like he put them below people that were only on like 2 episodes. They're like,
yeah. And people, but I noticed that there's a couple New York writers who only respect L.A. alt people. They don't respect.
Really?
So yeah, like there's a fear of people like Colin and people who work the cellar by certain writers.
But I think, you know, when I moved here, I mean, everyone kind of knew that Attell was like the king of New York.
Yes.
And so he kind of inspired all the guys that are doing it now.
Right.
You know, like when you had Jay on, like him and, you know, you could hear that in Jay, like Dave with a Philly accent. Much like he influenced like a whole generation of people.
Absolutely did that.
Yeah. Yeah, that is weird that he wasn't in at all, or he was.
No, he didn't make the top 50. And people came to me like, they wanted me to make some giant changes on this.
Do something about this, Ron.
Make some calls too.
Edited by the Interrobang.
I actually had to say to a couple of people, well, first of all, don't fucking step up on me like that in the darkness. Okay, I'm never more than 3 feet from the gun. You're fucking risking your own life. Second, I will get to this, but I got a couple other things on my plate right now before I go and get a hold of. You were just with Jan Wenner the other day, though.
Yeah, I was. I got to see SNL.
Cool.
And it was incredible. And then I was sitting next to Jan Wenner.
Yeah.
Which was just bizarre.
You know what was sad? Did you see the picture in the Post?
I didn't.
Yeah, there was a picture in the Post from that, you next to, and it just said winners and losers. And I go, that's first
not
of all,
right.
I said I love the wordplay. The
Yeah.
wordplay is
I mean,
great.
I enjoy good wordplay, but not at my own expense.
No, I agree with you on that.
Jan Winter sitting in the cheap seats. It is amazing how small it is in there, though.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I had no idea watching it all my life. I had no idea that if you're sitting on the floor, you are on the stage. You are not looking at a
Were you
stage.
sitting down there? Because even those chairs, it looks like it's maybe a couple hundred, but it's like 50.
No. Yeah. It's so, I mean, maybe even like 40. I mean,
they're
it's
basically
really small.
just above folding chairs, right?
Yep,
I mean,
because they have to be able to move them because some of the sets, you know, they're changing the sets and sometimes the sets kind of spill over. So they
Right.
have to be able to pick the chairs up and move them. Stagehands will come by and be like, okay, now you guys stand against the wall to watch.
Yeah, so I sat, like, there's basically like 2 or 3 rows deep all the way around.
Yeah.
And those are all the only other audience members. So
Who
it's
are you
pretty
there
crazy.
for?
I did one, it was during like one of those Thursday night, like the political episodes or whatever.
I remember those.
Yeah.
But it was cool just to see how they do it. You know, like they've had the same crew for however many years and it just runs
Yeah,
like
it's amazing,
clockwork, man.
Yeah. Oh, to watch them bring sets in and take sets out, I hate to say it's better than the show, but it's up there.
It really, I mean, I found myself watching Wally and his crew doing the cue cards.
Oh, the cue cards, yeah.
And then also there is a stage manager, this woman, and you've probably seen her in little clips. You know how they do those little interstitial,
I've seen
in
her.
and I cannot believe how incredibly difficult her job is. And just the amount that she knows where everyone's foot is supposed to be.
Is it harder than my job? Because if you notice, I
about
just
the same.
put my papers away and put my coat on in the last minute of the show. It's a good job.
It's very good.
It's a really good job. That you can start leaving early. Chris, we got anything to plug?
Oh, Paul Morrissey. He's going to be at the Village Underground tonight for Come to Papa Live. That's at 8 p.m. You go to ComedyCellar.com for tickets. And then for all of other Paul's dates, go to paulhasawebsite.com.
Sweet.
Very good.
All right, anything else we need to talk about? I know the Jeffrey Gurian recap of Patrice O'Neill is up on the iBang. Everybody told me that Keith Robinson stole the show last night. Again, you talk about some of the funniest people in the world. Keith is unbelievable.
Yeah. I haven't seen him since he had the stroke or whatever, but everyone says he's
killing it.
Yeah.
He's killing it, even though the stroke took quite a toll on his body. Hopefully, I guess everything comes back. It takes a while, but it hasn't affected his mind at all.
That's great.
And it certainly hasn't affected his timing. I mean, his timing is unfucking believable.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right, that's it for us. All right, see you guys again in 1974.
Ladies and gentlemen, the evening is over. We hope you all enjoyed yourselves, and we'll see you all again in 1974. Good evening!